For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with
Guys are hot.
on Fox Sports 910.
4 games in the books and one big upset. Welcome in. We're out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Thanks to those Seckies for the madness. March Fever, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We got Jax. We got Ben back at the iHeartRadio studios. We got a packed house here, and we got basketball. Outstanding. If you're just joining us, here's a quick rundown. Maryland took care of West Virginia 67-65. Furman with the big upset over Virginia. We'll play that for you in just a moment to get to hear that three-pointer and how it all went down. Missouri took care of Utah State 76-65, and Kansas just won just seconds ago over Howard 96-68. And in progress right now, we got Texas A&M, Corpus Christi Community College, Alabama, and College of Charleston and San Diego State. And then coming up here in just about 8 minutes, it'll be Princeton and Arizona in the bottom of the hour, Arkansas versus Illinois. So we got a lot of basketball to get into today. We appreciate you coming along for the ride. We got a lot to get into, but let's get right to it. Let's get to this big upset with Furman and Virginia, as Furman has not won a tournament game since, I believe, 1975. Correct. Thank you. And 1975 was the last time they won.
The historian here.
That's why I just want to double check. He probably called those games.
I was just going to say, and Frank Selvey, who played for Furman, is the guy who scored 100 points in a college game back in the 50s with Furman.
Really?
Yes.
The knowledge you get here with Roc, Manuch, and Jimmy B, breaking it down, Jimmy.
Is it knowledge or is it useless knowledge?
Well, it's knowledge.
Useless.
You remembered it. He was diving into hoops back in the day.
Obviously. We're going to rely on Ben a little bit today because Ben is going to be firing off the sound. He's pulling the sound for you so we can give that to you throughout the next 3 hours here at Twin Peaks and Tempe. I encourage you to come on down and join us. Hopefully you got your bracket in. And if you didn't, it's never too late, as our bracket is a 3-in-1 bracket where you'll have a 16-team contest going on here in 2 weeks, as well as a Final Four. So it's an outstanding contest, and you'll have an opportunity to win that. We'll give you updates throughout the day as well. But, Ben, let's fire this off, how this game ended as Furman upset Virginia.
Clark in a straight check. Oh, he didn't need to do that. He threw it away. Ping, Ping, score! Furman leads.
I wish we had a little bit more of that because Kevin Harlan was great.
Yeah.
He made a comment along the lines, I can't believe what we just saw, or did we just really just see that,
Sure.
But outstanding. I mean, you got to love it. This is such a great time of the year, and let's hope it keeps on going.
It's you watch that, you go, kids will be kids. They get tight. He said straight jacket, he was covered. He just turned around and heaved it down the court, hoping somebody would come back to the ball. The kid intercepts it, kicks it out for the three, hits the three, game, set, match. So what do they always say, Jimmy? Take care of the ball during crunch time.
That's what everybody
just
says.
Take care of it. It's okay if we go into overtime or whatever it is. But we saw that in West Virginia and the Maryland game as well, too. Very similar. Maryland comes back and wins that by the skin of their teeth.
But so we got a lot of college basketball to get into, but let's get into the top stories, which are brought to you by the CAZ Sports Book in Casino, Arizona. Suns are back on the hardwood tonight. They'll host Orlando. Sun Devils, how about that? Moving on to in the first round, and they'll play TCU on Friday at 7 o'clock. And the Cardinals added a couple of linemen yesterday, including one on each side of the ball. We'll dive into that a little bit later, but let's get right to the Suns. Orlando in town, a bad basketball team. They're not out of it technically, but they're basically right there on the cusp of being kicked out of the playoffs. Seems like everybody in the East makes it anyway. But Phoenix riding that 3-game losing streak
true, Jimmy.
after their setback against the Bucks on Tuesday. They remain 4th in the West. However, a loss tonight would make them 5th. 5th, because they are only now just a half game ahead of the Clippers, who won last night. So this is a pretty important game for this Suns team.
You know, you want to remain, in the top 6. You don't want to be falling out. There could be like 3 or 4 teams or 5 teams in the play-in game, and you want to make sure that you make sure that that's all taken care of and don't fall out of it. As the Clippers are starting to make headway.
Do you need my Sharpie?
No, not right now.
Right,
I just kind of waved them off, saying, no, thanks for tapping me and acknowledging me. I appreciate that.
You're just a superstar in Tempe.
Well,
you are, Tempe McClintock. We got more of those Chargers coming up to us saying, "Oh, Manuch, man, you were a hell of an athlete back in the 70s."
Can I get it on tape?
But finish your thought. I know you had something pretty important.
Well, I just think that you don't want to keep falling. You don't want to fall out of the top 6, and all of a sudden there's 4 or 5 teams, that are making their way. They're winning those 3 or 4 in a row. Look at the Clippers. All of a sudden, you want to stay in the top 6. So you're right. Every game is going to matter. You got this game, and then you got OKC coming up too. So until KD gets ready, it's all hands on deck. I think Shamet and KD are the only 2 that are out now. So everybody should be healthy. Everybody should be participating, and everybody should be contributing in the long run.
Here's the thing that's really starting to bother me, because the losses start piling up.
Yeah.
Well, KD's not there. Well, KD's not there. KD's not in the game. When he gets back, it's not like that. You have to deal in reality and what is taking place right now. And right now, the Suns are getting beat, and they're struggling in the fourth quarter to close out games. It's that simple.
I don't think the fan base is really paying attention to what's going on. No disrespect to the Suns fan base, but these 3 losses hurt. And if they should lose tonight, which I don't see them losing, I think they're favored by 7.5. It will open at 7. Win 7.
Should win.
They should win. I think Booker's going to score over 30. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and I'll tell you why. But I think that this is a game that they have to win this game.
Sure. Yeah, I hate to say the must-win analogy.
Well, but there aren't a lot of games on the schedule for the rest of the year where this is the one on paper you need to win.
Sure.
I'm surprised we're seeing Houston take care of L.A. Lakers yesterday and Houston take care of Boston earlier. I mean, you've seen these really bad teams winning, so the Suns they need to take this Orlando team pretty serious.
They do, and last night, the Lakers, no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis in that lineup, and that's why Houston got to him and ended up winning that game.
It's a joke.
It's going to be
very low management's an absolute joke. I hope it bites them in the ass when they look back when the season's over. Man, we should have won that game against Houston.
And Houston's got all them young kids playing really good basketball right now, so they could become the spoiler. But again, the Suns, to your point, right? They've got to kick this thing in gear. Just devil may care. Do what you've got to do. To your point, Jimmy, those fourth quarters, they can't close them out, or they can't.
They don't have enough players that can play,
and that's,
they're playing in a different state.
But I think he's playing he's going 5-6 deep on the bench.
You have no choice.
Take your top 3, the scorers. See how that look. Maybe your top 3 or 4, the guys that you can are scorers, and get them in the game and see how that works. Because I think Marnie's just kind of messing with it, and rightfully so, trying to find that guy that can be a consistent guy like Ross and Wainwright and them. Okay, who's
how
the consistent
guy? How can you say
guy?
that? Consistent guy. Ross and Wainwright, they have been nobody all season long. All of a sudden,
Ross
somebody.
Ross hit 19 3 nights ago.
Anybody can score 20 on any given night.
It's an anomaly, is what it is.
Thank you.
But my point is, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is somebody that can be on a consistent basis. That's what he's looking for. Can like I was saying,
have it.
Well, Ross one night,
you lose to your best players in the trade for KD.
I get it. I don't understand.
It's what you have. This is what this is all they have to play.
Then
with.
You know what? The guys are going to have to go above and beyond. Play at the hand.
If this team gets in that playing round, and then KD comes back, you think the KD is going to be Superman and be able to turn this around, and they're going to be okay?
Oh, he'll be more than okay if he gets back.
No, not him. The team itself.
Oh yeah.
So in your mind, KD's it's plug and play, and this team's going to to the finals.
Absolutely. We saw it when he came in, played his first game.
Saw it.
Those 3 games in a row, we plugged and played.
But playoffs are so much different. It's 7-game series, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I can't buy into it yet. Can't buy into all this homerism you're giving right now.
This team, I'm going to homerize
You're such a freaking homer.
I'm going to marinate and homerize and texturize. You got
to be realistic too, though.
I'm very realistic.
How are you realistic?
Okay, so let me ask you this.
You're not living in the moment.
Ask me this. They win 64 games last year.
Where did they get them?
They pooped the bed in the playoffs last year.
Okay, but 2 of those guys were not on that team. Are not here right now. If this team loses 7 of 10,
all right,
what is that going to put them in the cellar? And then you're going to open up against Milwaukee and you get your ass kicked.
Well, all of a sudden you limp into the playoffs. You get KD back. You'll be just fine.
Okay,
you'll be just fine.
Hey Ben, you're rolling tape on this.
those tires might be getting flat. You pull into the discount tire, change out the tires. You got the big wheel right there. That being KD.
You need more than just one tire, though, Manuch. You need all 4 to be rolling in the same direction.
You know what? I'd rather see this than what I saw last year with KD in the lineup to go and make the push for the conference final. Not worried about it at all.
All right, ASU last night, most complete game I think I've ever seen in 20 years. Here's how this game went down thanks to True TV.
3 Elite Eights, none since 1975. Well, they got a victory over St. John's the last time they were an 11 seed. They get a victory tonight.
98-73 in the first 4 matchup there in Dayton, Ohio. 11th seed will now take on TCU tomorrow night at 6 seed. And by the way, Arizona and number 15 seed Princeton are getting underway here at the Golden One Credit Union Center here in just a moment. And then, of course, GCU's got Gonzaga tomorrow in the first round. But what a great game for Arizona State. The defense, hitting the threes, just overall complete.
It's the best. It's the best game that when you said that you have seen in
20 years
out of Arizona.
Easy.
It's a better game. I was talking to some people at the refreshment stand. They said, "Oh well, what about the buzzer beater at every?" No. This was a better complete game.
Complete game's the key.
by that team that I have seen since watching Arizona State basketball.
I don't think I've ever. You might have seen them shoot 60-some%, where they shoot 64% from the field. I've never seen this team shoot 53% or
Never.
52 from 3-point land.
When's the last time we scored like 98 points?
Yeah, it's been a long time. It might have been a couple of years ago, but yeah, you see that. But it's about the free throws. You just hope those will come back to 100.
1 minute.
70%. But you can see that across the entire board, college basketball. If you're shooting 80 to 85% free throws in college basketball, you're dialed in. You're money.
Hey, only 2 more days for your chance to win tickets to the NCAA Championship weekend in Houston. To enter, visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page at Casino Arizona and look for the post that announces the giveaway. Like the post, comment on who you think is going to win the championship, and tag a friend or 2 on their Instagram account. So we want you to also follow both Casino Arizona and Roc and Manuch Radio. Those are our 2 Instagram handles we need you to tap for us. 6 game tickets. That's 2 for Saturday, and then 1 for Monday. Those are pairs, and then 3 nights at a Marriott downtown Houston and a $500 Visa gift card. If you need more details, head to our website at rockandmanuch.com. Okay. That did not get fixed. Okay. Sorry about that. We'll come back with more Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B.
The Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em is back. Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge presented by Dos Equis. Win man cards after every round. Win the entire bracket and take home a $910 man card. Plus your height in Dos Equis. Head to fanpick'em.com.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker, NMLS 1091187, license MB 0924983, and equal opportunity lender.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B at Twin Peaks for All, the college hoops
What do you
action
mean?
presented by Dos Equis. Enjoy ice-cold Dos Equis as you watch the games at any of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations.
I can just read them off.
More details.
You hear it now, the lawyer adds, and I'll repeat it in this one.
Oh, got you.
Are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner and Rowe and all other law firms end. Learner Row was recently named the
Yeah, do you want the Thursday one or do you want the March one?
and we've collected billions of dollars
Okay, I can play that one.
with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car
And
wreck,
did you want highlights from each game?
Is the way to go. Call 977-190.
I do not.
With new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get them clean.
Yeah, that's something I could probably do tomorrow too. That's no big deal.
And no pre-wash, no rewash, money back guaranteed kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease fighting power of Dawn built right in, with twice the scrubbing power, giving me a clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load.
Got you. No problem.
So clean.
Then I could put the Austin Powers looped under it.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and
Guys are hot.
Twin Peaks Bracket Challenge. Twin Peaks man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, before we get to our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night, we want to give you a bracket update, which is powered by the CZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Earlier today, number 9 Maryland took care of number 8 West Virginia, 67-65. A big upset as number 13 Furman takes care of Virginia, which was a 4 seed, 68-67. Missouri over Utah State, 76-65. Kansas, no trouble with over Howard, 96-68. In progress right now in the first half is San Diego State over College of Charleston, 32-29. And Alabama, 54. Texas A&M Corpus Christi at the half, 54-34. Just getting underway right now is Arizona and Princeton. No score in that one as it's just getting underway. So there's your update brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. So let's get to
for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Well, it's top plays and top sounds, and we're going to start out during the and we love Canadian friends. And thankfully, the mostly Canadian crowd took it from there and sang the rest of the song. Here's the moment that Mike comes and the crowd singing the end of the national anthem in full force.
Whose broad stripes
Gotta love it, guys.
Absolutely.
Gotta love it.
Absolutely.
In unison. Gotta love that, and just kind of taking it over from there.
And, you know, you gotta love those Canadians.
Absolutely.
You know?
You gotta stop dogging them when they come down here in the Valley, Rock. They're spending a lot of good money down here.
There's a lot of them here right now.
Snowbirds from Canada, eh?
Hey.
Also, when we get to our sounds of the night, WBC, USA, Mike Trout had a hell of a game. Here's the 2-run single to take the lead as they went on to win 3-2.
And an RBI single for the captain. In the left, that's a base hit. Betts got a great jump. Scoring is Smith. Betts right behind him.
Yeah, hell of a crowd there at Chase Field last night as they beat Columbia 3-2. They now advance as they go 3-1 in the pool, and they'll advance to play Venezuela in the quarterfinals on Saturday night.
You gotta love the crowds that are coming out to this. I mean, I'm just watching the highlights. Last night I caught a lot of that game per se.
I did catch that game last night as well. I'm enjoying it. I really am.
Well, the players are enjoying it, so that kind of resonates with the fans. I mean, Mike Trout talking about, hey, look, represent the USA, and then playing with a lot of guys that he hardly ever gets to play with.
Right.
Some of the guys he played with, amateur ball or in the Olympics. But if they're dialed into it, I think that the fans frenzy kind of picks up on it.
Elsewhere, Puerto Rico knocked off the Dominican Republic 5-2, and there was an inside the park homer on that one by Francisco Lindor from Puerto Rico.
Here in that third inning, got the second run home. Now he lights this one to center field, and that's another hit for Lindor, and it gets by Rodriguez, and Lindor is off to the races to second, heading for third. We'll see if they send him, and they are going to send him. The ball's bobbled. Lindor all the way home.
Sounds like you got a playoff game, a World Series going on.
It has that feel to it. I mean, it really does.
And the players, they all look like they're in mid-season form. I mean, knowing that this was coming up, I think in the offseason, a lot of them probably got a little bit more prepared, even more so than they typically do coming into spring training.
Yep.
And then the honorable mention, which this is just horrific. As if you recall in the offseason, Edwin Diaz, the Mets, he was their number one. They re-signed him for $102 million, their closer. His 2002 season was one of his best in individual performances and one for the entire franchise. So he was their number one postseason priority, and that's why he got that record deal. But last night, after he struck out the last batter, they end up winning, that being the Puerto Rico, and the place goes absolutely nuts, and they all jump on each other, and the next thing you know, Diaz is on the ground and has to be wheelchaired off the field, and then unfortunately has come out today that he will need surgery for a torn patella tendon on that right knee, and he is out for at least 8 to 9 months. So there are a lot of naysayers for this WBC for this reason.
Yeah, but that's a celebration versus the actual gameplay.
Still happened in the uniform. Yeah, not the New York Mets.
But here's the thing: you get. That's why this has happened a couple of times.
Wasn't it Gramatica who kicked a field goal?
That's right.
And jumped up in celebration and ripped it.
Yeah, he did that with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But this stay with baseball. Mike Teixeira, he hurt his wrist in 2013, missed all but 15 games of the season. He never was the same player again. Freddie Freeman pulled himself out of the WBC game on Tuesday night because he hurt a hammy for Team Canada. He just chose to go back to Glendale and for the Dodgers. Yeah. So, I mean, players can get hurt anytime, anywhere, anytime. But, because you get hurt at a grapefruit or Cactus League game, too.
Yeah, you just had two pitchers from the Diamondbacks hurt their shoulders, pitching yesterday. So they got two guys that got injured shoulder. Forget was it Chasen who threw yesterday, and he grabbed his shoulder right away. That's going to happen in spring training. You just hope, and these guys are in pretty damn good shape pretty much year round. But a hammy.
But early on,
I get it.
Hammies can happen.
I know, and I know that Max Scherzer was quoted the other day saying maybe we do this mid-season versus at the front end of the season. Maybe what the National Hockey League does with the Olympics, they take 2 weeks off, something like that. That would be the only hole I would see Major League Baseball have because you got the All-Star break in there as well.
The Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night are brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers.
3 minutes.
The Valley Chevy Dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Head to valleychevy.com. There you have it again. Arizona and Princeton just underway. 14:55, 11-6. Princeton is behind the Cats.
Well, it looks like chalk aside from Furman's really kind of taking care of business.
Right now it is.
The Maryland-West Virginia game is a hell of a game.
It was.
You had 8.
It was terrific.
You had 8 beat 9. And it's interesting when you watch the seeding with some of these brackets, how close with this seed they are. That makes sense.
Yes.
But you look at a 13 beating a 4 and a 5 beating a 12, and that's part of it. And the teams that have that maturity, those juniors and seniors, and we talked about Drake, their average age is 23.
Yeah.
You have to see them go deep in the plus because of their experience. When you play some young guys that get the ball in their hands the last, 10 seconds of a game.
Right.
Pressure.
So if you're looking to kind of sneak out of work and you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, here's what the upcoming schedule. If you want to sneak down and watch the games, of course, we talked about Princeton, Arizona going on right now. Illinois and Arkansas coming up at 1:30. At 3:50, it'll be Auburn and Iowa. 4:10, it's Oral Roberts and Duke. 4:25, Colgate, Texas. 4:35, Boise State, Northwestern. And after 6 tonight, Northern Kentucky, Houston. Louisiana, Tennessee, Penn State, Texas A&M, and then the last game, which starts 7 o'clock on True TV, will be UNC Asheville versus number 2 UCLA.
And for guys to be healthy, I'm looking at that number 10 Penn State versus number 7 Texas A&M.
That should be a good game.
That's going to be a good game.
It will be.
And you see some of them, and then you just wonder how deep UCLA is going to be able to go without Jalen moving forward.
Right.
Not that I'm in trouble with UNC Asheville.
I'm also looking forward to Boise State and Northwestern. Boise State's got a couple of dudes, and right now the Mountain West Conference is 0-2. So if they're going to do something, Boise State is like their last.
And then Jax, your Oral Roberts taking on Duke a little bit as soon as we get out of here.
It's gonna be a good game, man. I mean, Duke can't catch Oral Roberts sleeping. They got a 7'5" center that can shoot threes. They got Max Asmus, who was there in 2021 as a sophomore, leading scorer for that year and this year. It'll be a good game.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it, aren't you?
I have to.
We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Just search Roc and Manuch, and you can see everything that's going on here at the Twin Peaks in Tempe. Tomorrow we'll be at the Scottsdale location. So the March Madness, the sports betting is booming. It's a booming business for all the states because of all the gambling. And next year, Phoenix will be hosting the Final Four. What does that mean for us in our city economically? We're going to catch up with Rick Horrow, the sports professor, to discuss that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks reliever Mark Melanson's tough spring just got tougher as he appears headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. The Suns committed tonight's game against the Magic on a 3-game losing streak and a tenuous half-game lead on the Clippers for the West's 4th playoff spot. Sun Devil hockey player Josh Doan is foregoing his junior season to follow in the footsteps of his father Shane and turn pro with the Coyotes organization. They're in action tonight against the Canucks. March Madness continues. U of A engaged in battle against Princeton in the South Region's 2:15 matchup. For Arizona State, they get TCU tomorrow. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
March is here. Be sure to head to fanpick'em.com to fill out your bracket and watch all the games at any of the 4 Twin Peaks locations. Details can be found at rockandmanuch.com. Once again, that's rockandmanuch.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Spin championship weekend in Houston on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. To enter, visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page at Casino Arizona and look for the post announcing the giveaway. Like the post, comment with your pick to win it all, and you're registered. That's at Casino Arizona on Instagram.
Golfers, swing by Vans Golf Shops for the multi-vendor demo event happening this Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Valley Golf Center in Avondale. This big 2-day event is your chance to demo the hottest new products and get custom fit by the manufacturers. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and book your custom fitting. Happening March 17th and 18th at Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Do not wait until the summer heat to figure out if your AC unit needs a tune-up. Hey, it's Jody Ayler from my friends at PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air. PlumSmart is offering a free AC tune-up for the entire month of March. Plus, this month only, a free reverse osmosis system installed with every AC unit all month long. Call PlumSmart today, 480-654-8865. 480-654-8865. It's just plumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Hey, it's Junior. Today, Black folks in our community are still disproportionately affected by HIV. But there is something we can do about it. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests.
Rick Horrow is not ready.
And not on
He is not answering.
Talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
Style runs in the family. Athleticism runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Learn more at nbusa.com or test drive one at your local dealer.
Prescription drug abuse is on the rise with our youth, and the consequences can be deadly. What's in your medicine cabinet? Learn how to keep your kids safe. Call Narcanon and find out how to prevent prescription drug abuse in your family. Call Narcanon 877-413-3073.
Yeah, guys, nothing. I'm coming back to you.
413-3073 or drugsknow.com.
The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis.
You guys are hot.
It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks Bracket Challenge. Twin Peaks man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
That's right. It's never too late because it's a 3-in-1 contest, meaning we have multiple round winners. So you can still get in $50 after each round, $100, and your heightened Dos Equis for the Sweet 16 in the final 4 rounds. And we'll be live with Dos Equis features and specials at all 4 Twin Peaks locations. Today we're in Tempe. Tomorrow will be Scottsdale. Next Thursday we'll be back here, and then Scottsdale next Friday. So no excuses. Get your bracket in. fanpick'em.com. So when you look at this tournament, Walnut Hub estimates that there will be more than $10 billion worth on gambling around this tournament.
Wow.
That's over 50% of Americans will place an online wager on the event. These are just absolutely gigantic numbers. I'm doing pretty well.
You're going to brag on the show?
Yeah, I mean, I am.
Okay.
I'm 3-1 in my bets. Bracket, I could care less, but I'd rather win money.
Sure.
We can't win it anyway.
Yeah, right.
So, and I have a lot of gift cards from Twin Peaks, so I'm good.
You're set.
But when it comes to this betting and taking so I took every underdog for the NCAA tournament today and the NIT. So right now, I won Furman. I won Missouri. I won Maryland. Only one I have not won is the KU Howard. I had 22, and I think they won by like 30.
Yeah.
28.
So,
yeah, I think it's 28.
Yeah. So I'm going to ride that out. Someone mentioned it to me the other day. Hey, put $100 on every. I'm like, I'm not doing $100. I did 10. And then I didn't realize that I also did 5 on a different day.
Right.
One day I probably was not paying attention, so
forgot?
I forgot.
You're multitasking there, Roc.
Yeah. So it's not a lot, but a $10 bet, wins you about $19 or $20. So if you get enough of them, you can make some pretty good money. I'm just trying to build my pot back up,
right,
for football season.
Okay.
It was interesting. You brought this up. They did a story on Channel 12 last night. The money betting so far into the state of Arizona, and they showed it's called a Geo Track or whatever, at the stadium at the Super Bowl over at State Farm. And it showed all the hits that were happening all the time. It was like constant from, 3 games, 3 hours before the game until kickoff. And even during the kickoff. But they said this year so far, in just the first, 3 months of betting, legal betting here in the state of Arizona, it's almost 60-70% of what it was last year for the entire year.
Yeah.
But I thought that Geo Track was pretty interesting, how just the constant betting at the Super Bowl that was going on as the game was even proceeding, it hyper extended on the screen about what they were doing.
In 5 years since the Supreme Court ruling, overall state tax revenues tied to sports gambling has grown from $38 million in 2018, to $126 million in 2019, to over $1 billion last year, according to SportsHandle.com. In fact, since the Supreme Court ruling, more than $2.6 billion in state revenues have been raised. I would love to know where the money is. There's so many naysayers in the past.
Yeah.
Didn't want to vote for this.
Right.
There are some talking heads, some on this station, that did not agree with sports gambling.
I would say, okay, so I see all that money coming in. Can we now pay our teachers and get them up to par with
teachers?
They're like 48th in the state as far as salaries are concerned.
Bigger signs for wrong-way drivers.
Yeah, whatever.
We got a major problem in this city about that.
We got to see that money. I would love to see it. And you talk to a lot of teachers. They're not seeing it. You go to Denver. My daughter's a teacher in Denver. They do see the money from the legal marijuana.
Well, we have that here too.
Exactly, but they're actually seeing the money come to.
I haven't asked anybody. I don't even know who to call. 602-260-9191. There's nobody can help us. Who can we call to bring on the show and say, hey, where is the marijuana money going? Where is the sports gambling money going? I mean, it's got to be public record, right? And there's people that are into that. I'm not. You know who you are, and call us. We'd love to know who that is.
State treasurer, maybe the one that handles all the money coming in and siphoning that out and putting that out there. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, I know years ago I was opposed to the marijuana and the gambling. I'm like, well, got a lot of friends and teachers. Like
I said earlier, a couple people on this station
but that
were against it.
But I came around where the money was supposed to go. I went, well, okay, I can buy into that. The teachers and the roads and all the people that are underpaid.
Yeah, I mean, I know we have so many naysayers and people that are against public-funded arenas and stadiums. I get that. But if you could get creative, and if the sales tax is just on the entertainment district, I don't know why that is not a problem. If you're not in favor of this this district, this entertainment district, then just don't go.
Well, and
eat before you go. Don't drink. Just go to the games. Do whatever you want.
If you're going to go use it, then you're part of buying into it. So just don't use it then.
I know there's people that are pretty upset with, the bunch of props we've had over the years for cars, rental cars, and the tax on that.
Tax.
And that does hit home when you need to rent a car, locally.
Right,
if your car's in the shop and you don't have rental insurance or whatever, it does become a problem.
And that was part of when the new stadium went in at State Farm.
Yeah.
was the rental tax, the hotel tax,
way to pay for it.
All the folks from out of state supposedly. But as you were saying, Rock, sometimes you need to rent a car if your car's down or the dealership doesn't have a loan or loan you a car. You got to pay that, or you stay overnight. But now, what they want to do, I saw a bill that they're trying to do where they fee you to death with the airlines and the hotels and this and that. They want to do a one-time fee, so it's all blended, and so that's being incorporated, so they don't keep. I
don't know. Explain that.
Well, like Spirit Airlines is trying to be bought by JetBlue. Okay. So those two, they nickel and dime you like crazy. So
like Southwest.
The Southwest doesn't do that. They don't charge you for bag. Well, the 50
first bag.
Yeah, first you get 2 carry-ons, and after that you do, but not like JetBlue and Frontier and all of them. So the DOJ, the Department of Justice, has held up the sale because of if you're gonna, what's fair? What's the actual number? So they want to bring that together where all airlines will be affected, just a one-time fee. You build that into the price versus, I got this great flight round trip or one way to Denver for $69. Next thing you know, your Frontier, allegedly, my daughter knows that, they charge her another $100 on top of all the fees that they have.
Aren't people smart enough to know that's what they're doing?
Well, but
I mean, when people say, I'm getting charged for this and that, then don't fly that airline.
Well, that's the thing. But
there's so many dumb people.
Well, people aren't aware of that sometimes.
Yes, they are. How do you not? When you're filling out your form online, you click, and I've flown Frontier, Allegiant, they're all the same.
I've flown them all.
It's black and white there.
But the thing is as the chargers are more and more. So what the DOJ has done is come in and say, you need to be truth in advertising.
No, they don't. I own a business. If it's on my website, it's going to cost you this for an extra bag, or it's going to cost you this for a seat, or a better seat, or 10 more inches.
Okay.
It's in writing. If you're just stubborn and you're clueless and you're not educated, that's your own fault.
What they want to do is for the sale of it to be good to go to JetBlue, they want to at least
should have any say in that. Why does government have to be involved?
Well, you know what? Government gets involved in a lot of stuff just to make sure that.
Do you agree with it? Do you agree with it? I know you're very left wing. So why does government need to be involved in that?
Because they're taking care of the consumer to make sure that it's all in truth in advertising.
It's all right there. Maybe the people that have voted for your constituents need to be smarter.
There was a couple things that my daughter went on that thought the same thing, that they nickel and dimed her for a couple other things too. She's like, well, I was on your site and I saw that and they added this, they added that.
Well, usually when you put your credit card in, it tells you exactly how much it is. It's broken out. So that's your fault for clicking
but
yes.
if they go when they line up and then there's some extra like the poundage thing and all that, that was new about a year ago. All I'm saying is it's
just dumb people.
I would love to see. It's not dumb people, Rock. There's a lot.
There are naive people. Let's not say dumb. Let's say naive.
I'd say maybe they don't travel a lot from that because when I go on, I know exactly what I'm going to pay for, exactly what I'm going to carry on, and go from there.
Those people they're not the people that are complaining that they're paying a little extra money for Netflix or Ruka.
What can you do if you're going to keep Netflix? You have to
or
pay extra.
ESPN.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you have the proverbial flat tax situation comes in where you know exactly what's paying out, and that's where a lot of these people don't understand that, like for the arena, for the Yotes, they're not paying a dime into that. The Tempe constituents are not paying a dime toward that.
But why are there so many people against it then?
I don't get it.
Because they're not reading the fine print.
That is correct.
And they probably don't watch.
And it's the same people that are complaining about an extra $5, $10, $100 that are flying Allegiant.
No, I think it's a different thing. They're voting.
Well, not really.
If you're going to,
if you want to know what's going on, what's going to the entertainment, you know there's no fee. There's no fees.
I know exactly. There's nothing.
Exactly. So if you know, why can't the next person know it? You just got to read it. Go to the website.
Well, I get that, but not many people are going to the website. They just book it and they don't see this or see that. But I will say this: the situation that was going to be for the Cardinal Stadium here just down the road, right across the street, that whole situation was a benefactor, and the people of Mesa shot that down. And then when they did the situation out there with the stadium, State Farm Stadium, they knew exactly what was going to get into that. They knew that a lot of that money was just only going to be taxed to the cars, the hotel, entertainment industry.
In that area.
And the folks in Tempe, that word's got to get out there, that they're going to none of those taxes are going to come back to haunt them whatsoever. All I'm saying is you better put that out there for the Yotes. If they're not watching your games and your commercials, then you need to make it even more so, because that's going to be the benefactor.
You got to sell it. You have to sell it.
Sell it, whether it is or whether it isn't. You never take anything for granted.
I think it's pretty safe to say the Coyotes deal is going to happen.
1 minute.
I would hope so. You just hope that people don't not vote it in and not understand that they're not paying a dime toward this thing.
I had a couple emails recently, a couple listeners that said there's so much more behind the scenes on that deal, and that the deal should not go through. And these are sports fans that listen to sports radio on a daily basis. And I responded, and I said I totally disagree with you. I said I think this is great for the city of Tempe.
Absolutely,
I think this is great for the city in general. I said you're not paying a dime. What do you care?
Yeah.
Wow, traffic, and then don't
then don't go.
Yeah, don't go to the games.
I was
now, and maybe in not this particular situation, but in somebody's defense, they drive the 101 to the 202 every day, and if there's a game, there's going to be more traffic.
Right.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Well, they need
coming even here. There's a Cubs game right now. Traffic around here is
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It is.
When we get out of here, game will be getting out. It's a mess.
Yep.
Absolute mess.
But that's what you deal with, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like people complain no matter what.
Life. I mean, that's the way
leave
life
10 minutes
works.
earlier.
Morello's going to put close to $500 million into it. There's going to be another $50 million coming back in tax rebates. It's such a positive deal. If people read all that and still vote against it, then they're ignorant. And then to your point,
They're the same people that fly Frontier.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's all if it's on the table, and it's
what I'm saying. Just to your point earlier about these airlines, it's all right there. It's black and white.
And they want to make sure it's all black and white, even more so.
So how much does the NCAA earn in TV broadcasting revenues, and how much are the NCAA annual revenues? It may surprise you with these numbers. We'll dive into that and give you updated on some of the scores, specifically Princeton and Arizona. It's a little closer than I think Wildcat fans would like it to be at this point. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports.
This is The Herd. Attention listeners. With Colin Cowherd.
Chase Claypool, DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, and tight end Cole Kmet. No more excuses. That's what this was. No more excuses for Justin Fields. It is always, well, he doesn't have this, and he doesn't have that. Justin Fields, to this point, is athletic. He's a highlight player, but doesn't complete enough passes.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Win your height in Dos Equis. Head to fanpick'em.com to fill out your Twin Peaks Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge. It's never too late. Play as you can win Twin Peaks Man cards after every round. That's fanpick'em.com.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. I hate the struggle of tough, greasy messes on my stovetop. So I just freak, wipe, and I'm done.
When I'm frustrated with stubborn bathtub soap scum, I just freak, wipe, and I'm done.
Mr. Clean Clean Freak delivers an innovative cleaning experience with a powerful deep cleaning mist that starts working on contact to break down tough messes in seconds.
Just freak,
wipe,
done.
The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks Man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks Bracket Challenge. Twin Peaks Man cards
guys are hot.
Every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, quick updates. Alabama 64, Texas, Corpus Christi 46, 14-34 in the second. Arizona 24, Princeton 18, 5:59 in that one. Second half of the San Diego State and Charleston, College of Charleston, 37-34 San Diego State. And Arkansas and Illinois just underway. 10-7 Arkansas, 12:40 in that one.
The Princeton offense is doing exactly what we discussed a little bit yesterday as far as running backdoor plays, and they are making Arizona come out and defend the Princeton offense around the three-point line and then using backdoor cuts. And that's why they're still in this.
Slowing the game way down. They're slowing it way down.
So March Madness, big business, we all know, as the NCAA. It's the most anticipated time of the year for them. The size of the pot, when you look at March Madness, this is the bread and butter. You look at last year's numbers. The NCAA earned $1.14 billion in revenue. 1.14 billion in revenue. That represents 90% of the total amount of money comes in for college basketball. That's just nuts. Now, we know the players don't make any money from the madness. They can at least now get paid for their endorsement deals since the Supreme Court allowed that back in 2021. But one of the most lucrative contracts connected to the tournament is the broadcasting rights. And across this tournament, True TV, CBS, everyone that's doing these games, $873 million will be earned from these rights. They signed this deal in 2010. It was a 14-year, $10.8 billion contract with CBS Sports and Turner Broadcasting, which is paid over the term. The deal was then extended in 2016. They got another $8.8 billion to keep the tournament on the networks until 2032. This number is just so
basically
nuts.
close to. I mean, you're close to $2 billion, or just at $2 billion a year.
You
for the NCAA's with the TV contract is close to $1 billion plus $1.1 billion for hand over foot, Jimmy.
You cannot
cash hand over foot.
You cannot fathom how sports and sports entertainment has grown just in the last 10 years.
Sure.
It has been a phenomenal growth and also become extremely expensive.
And what's interesting about this is like a Furman who won today. Big upset for them. So 68 teams, of course, are in this. Last year, there is a pot of money known as the Basketball Performance Fund. That fund was $170 million last year. So for each game that a team plays, its conference gets a payout, which is based on the performance over a 6-year rolling period, which is interesting. Conferences get these units for their tournament participation. So if a team makes it all the way to the championship game, it can earn as many as 5 units. Each unit is worth a particular amount of money. Last year, it was $338,000 and some change. What does that do for Furman?
Oh, my gosh. It
for a
covers,
school like that.
It covers.
It helps fund their football.
I would say
program.
50% of their budget.
All those other
budget.
non-rev sports that they have.
Exactly.
Oh, can I just say something that's been bugging the heck out of me?
Well, might as well go for it.
We all watch Sports Center, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they need to shove down the women's tournament?
Oh,
I mean, I am tired of with the L bar. I know, with the L bar where you're watching Sports Center, and then on the left they got to give you the women's bracket, and on the bottom they got to give you the women's bracket. I guarantee you here, Twin Peaks, there's not one person that filled out the women's bracket.
I would agree. I would agree wholeheartedly.
But they paid. Remember when we just had the discussion about money being paid out? They've paid a good chunk of money to carry.
But it feels like ESPN is forcing women's
basketball.
They are forcing it.
They are.
No, I know they are, and that's my point. But I got to be politically correct, right? But it sucks.
Well,
it's just stop.
Yeah,
because I mean, I don't understand where you're watching last night. I'm at the establishment with a bunch of people. They are Rock. How do you really feel? Because I can say what I wanted to say there. I can't say it on the air.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, no one cares that Cleveland State is playing whoever else it is in women's basketball.
I know.
Stop selling us the brackets because nobody's filling it out. You can show us that 11 million or 12 million brackets have been filled out for the men's, but women's, what's it, 3,000?
Yeah. And
I mean, really,
and nothing against women at all, just to have their own bracket show about the women.
They need like WESPN and have a network that just plays their sports.
Well, there's enough sports for them to do that. It's just about if
That's
they
what
get
I'm
enough
saying.
programming. They get
there's plenty of content.
It's like the
They just don't have advertisers.
like the Portes al Maximo. I mean, that would go strong. All Hispanic and Dominican and all that kind of stuff from that. Yeah, if they want that equal opportunity, that could be something, but they just don't have enough interest, I would think, to carry any of that.
I mean, I understand there's a lot of parents that are listening that their kids play basketball.
Sure,
I used to be a referee in girls basketball. My sister played. I like the sport.
Yeah.
I just, when I'm watching Van Pelt at night, I don't need the L bar on the TV that's telling me what games are coming up because I'm looking, I'm like, you get confused.
2 minutes.
Charleston, San Diego. Oh, yeah, that's men. Okay, let me double check. It's like, I don't need that.
And I'll tell you something else is starting to amp up too is women's flag football is starting to amp up.
What?
Yes,
that's
another winner.
Yeah, AIA has sanctioned flag football for the women. In fact, I train.
I was just going to say
a young lady from Desert Vista as a quarterback. She has a pretty decent job, but that'll be within the entire, I think, state of Arizona, and more states are starting to do sanctioned high school women's flag football.
Go back to the women's bracket. I think I would appreciate it more if it wasn't pounded so much. They weren't just throwing it in your face so much.
Face all the time.
Yeah, just
kind of obvious.
Have those special shows. I mean, they're doing the shows, and I mean, I don't know, man. just seems some of these talking heads they have that are doing some of this stuff. I was watching the Laker. What was it? The Laker? No, it was the Boston-Houston game, and they had these commentators afterwards, and I've never seen them before. And they didn't play the game, at least men's.
Yes.
And they're breaking down the game, and I'm just kind of scratching my head.
I'm like you, Rock.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I totally.
And I think there's a lot of people listening who would agree.
I
but
totally
they're
agree.
basically also saying, Rock, be careful.
Yeah.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
No, and I think
FCC.
it's
I'm like, hey, if you don't like us, don't listen to us. Yeah. Just like, and then they can say that to me. Then don't watch SportsCenter.
Yeah,
I'm just, unfortunately, we don't have many options to get our highlights anymore.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Except you got to go online. I still like watching it on television.
Yeah, when I was watching, thinking the same thing, I'm going, that doesn't mesh. That doesn't match.
It doesn't. It's like I feel like they're doing it because someone is telling them to do it.
Yeah.
They are. Because they paid for the rights.
That's not what I mean.
I know what I appeal, Jimmy.
Yes. Hey, we're going to get into a popular game, Quick Draw Manuch. We also got ASU radio analyst Kyle Dodd joining us from Denver. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. from Twin Peaks in Tempe.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters and a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Of course, your favorite station is on the free iHeartRadio app. Take us with you anywhere and listen anytime. Plus, get thousands of other stations and playlists all free. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. MassMutual knows that your finances can be an uncomfortable conversation.
Mark, we should really talk about our money.
Yep, we really should.
Like we never talk about our savings.
No, we never talk about that. Or our assets.
Or our debt.
Yeah, we really should talk about our debt.
We need one of those financial plans.
One of those will make a difference.
We should talk about it.
We really should.
Talk to us about financial wellness today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. MassMutual. Live Mutual.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power,
Up to 389 horses of it.
innovation, and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with E-Force expected availability early 2023. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in Sport mode with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing you eat eggs with a shell on, to get the State Farm personal price plan. Just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
It's March, and you know what that means? Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep. The sound of many of our competitors' prices going up. And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
March Madness in full swing. Arizona engaged in their battle against Princeton in the South Region's 2:15 matchup for ASU. They get TCU in tomorrow's 6-11 clash in the West Region. D-backs reliever Mark Melanson's tough spring got tougher. He appears headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. The Suns come into tonight's game against the Magic on a 3-game losing streak and a tenuous half-game lead on the Clippers for the West's 4th playoff spot. Sun Devil hockey player Josh Stone foregoing his junior season. He'll follow in the footsteps of his dad, Shane, and turn pro with the Coyotes organization. They're in action tonight against the Canucks. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies. Temperatures still below those seasonal averages, only getting up into those upper 60s for today. And then for tonight, clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennett.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. Now through March 26, Big O Tires has buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock Sumitomo or Cooper tires with installation purchase. With over 60 locations in Arizona, you're never too far from a Big O Tires, the team you trust. At participating locations, see store for details.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at
Guys are hot.
CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
March Madness, of course, as we're out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Thanks to our friends at Dos Equis. Got a barn burner right now with Arizona and Princeton, 31-28, 135 to go in the first half. Yes, Arizona, Princeton, as the Cats are only up by 3. Some other games in progress right now. Alabama's all over Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, 75-54, just under 9 minutes in that one. San Diego State and Charleston, pretty good one there. San Diego State up 45-39 with 11:43 in that one. Some upsets today, at least one big one. That is Furman taking care of Virginia, number 13 seed knocking off a 4 seed, 68-67. Maryland just got by West Virginia, 67-65. Earlier as well, Missouri over Utah State, 76-65. And Kansas had no trouble with Howard, 96-68. One other game in progress, low scoring, real low scoring with 7:54 on TBS, Arkansas and Illinois. Arkansas up by 9, 19-10. Coming up about 3:50, we'll see Iowa and Auburn. And then the 4 o'clock games, Duke, Oral Roberts, Texas Colgate, with Northwestern, Boise State. And then a bunch of games after 6.
Yeah, tell you what, you're watching some of these games, these beginnings kind of evenly matched. We talk about this Princeton game, slowing things down against U of A. Can U of A keep the patience? But these teams hang out. U of A only up 31-30 here with 48 seconds to go into halftime. You see some of these last-second shots or mistakes as we saw in that Furman game.
Yep.
And we also saw in the West Virginia-Maryland game, toward the end, guys making their free throws and taking advantage of those mistakes if they get those turnovers.
This is the best part about March Madness is that fans are really only into their team and then watching in their conference. So they don't pay any attention to other teams all across the country. So when you get teams into the dance that nobody's even heard about, like nobody's ever heard of Charleston. I mean, that used to be a dance in Manuch's day. So from that standpoint,
not that old, Jimmy.
So from that standpoint, Charleston's hanging with San Diego State. It's 47-42, and they're just halfway through now the second half. You have Princeton only down a point to Arizona. People aren't used to seeing teams have that success against their favorite teams. And when it happens, that's when fans freak out.
What I saw today was going into these games, some games are very cheap or very pricey. There were games today, first-round games, that were going for $7 or less. $7 or less to get in.
What's this?
Where was
NCAA?
Greensboro, which is a huge college.
It is.
Part of the country.
Yes.
They have Xavier, Kennesaw State. Your boys, the Cyclones of Iowa State and Pittsburgh. So to get in, it was just $6 and $7 with fees to get in.
Wow.
Now, on the flip side, the New York first session tomorrow night, $152, while Birmingham, Denver, each had some top numbers in their top 5. But, man, that is surprising. Now, to get in for the national championship and everything like that, those tickets, the big game is typically the Final Four on Saturday because you get 2 games for that ticket price.
Okay,
right?
That's correct.
And then the finals. So, for instance, I get tickets every year. I've been fortunate enough to get in that lottery. So, like, for instance, I have 6 tickets that we're using for that Houston promotion that we're doing with the CAZ Sportsbook. And, you look at that and you say, all right, I think I paid $450 face for 3 games.
Right.
That's pretty. I think that's so
That's
affordable.
Yeah. Reasonable.
No. Manuch, break that down.
For the 2 games?
$450 for 2 tickets for 3 games.
Yeah, that is very
Final
very
Four
cheap.
and national championship.
Making it affordable to fill those arenas.
Now, granted, I'm not on the floor, but I'm in the arena.
Building. That's all that counts.
Well, for the one in Greensboro, it's just they got to charge something versus, just come on in. We got to charge $6.
I don't know why. I don't know why the NCAA doesn't do a better job of pulling somebody from that region to play in there. Like you're pulling NC State. You're pulling somebody like that that's in the tournament.
North Carolina would have probably
But
been
NC
there,
State's
but
in.
they're out. But
Yeah.
NC State is not North Carolina.
Well, that's the
But
commonality.
still,
But it's
but
still close.
you're
It's
pulling
still close.
people from the
Correct.
ACC,
Correct.
or anyway. So we'll get more into the NCAA tournament field here. A lot of games. Last night, great win for the Sun Devils. A complete game as they cruised over Nevada, 98-73. We'll talk more about that at the bottom of the hour with Kyle Dodd. Suns tonight on the hardwood. They got the Orlando Magic. They're riding a 3-game skid. Setback against the Bucks, a game that they were down by 16, came back, were up for a little bit, but they get behind in these games. Like Golden State, they were down by 25. They can't afford to do that against Orlando. They cannot. They should go in and beat them.
25, as you mentioned, 16.
Yep, that's what I said.
You get within 8. You just sometimes don't have the gas, and then
they can't close out games.
They can't close it out, and then you got guys like Giannis and some of those guys, and that kind of just turn it out at the very end. And Lopez, in the case of the Milwaukee game, they just couldn't match up against those guys.
Milwaukee is a physical mismatch for the Phoenix Suns, but they're a physical mismatch for
everybody, for a lot of folks.
Exactly. Let me just say this about tonight's game. This is a game that you would have looked at on the schedule 3 weeks ago and said, "Oh, that's a W."
Even without KD.
Even without
Exactly.
KD, you would have looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's a win, Orlando." I can tell you right now that Orlando is an extremely young team, but they have some very good players, and they will play hard tonight. And if the Suns are not careful, thinking all they really need to do is just walk off the bus and into the arena, they'll get beat.
I think tomorrow, I don't think it's going to happen, but if Orlando wins this, I think you got to put up a flag.
Well, you better,
because this Orlando team has since the flip of the calendar in March, they have the worst. They're the worst defensive team in the league. They're allowing teams to score more than 125 points a game. That's in 7 games, 125 points. They are awful on defense. They allow people to shoot the threes. This is a game that they have to win. I'm sorry, this is a must-win. You don't lose this game.
This is a
KD
game,
or not.
No.
Or you can forget how far they're going to go.
I'm with you on that. This is a game right now where DeAndre Ayton is 30 and 15. You feed the beast down on the block, let him do his thing. Booker is going to score 30 tonight because once Ayton starts to roll, they will have to drop down, and that way he can kick out to an open man for a 3-point jumper.
Well, I think that's important because they're giving up an average of about 15 threes a game. That's a lot. 40% is what it's the number. So they what do they call that?
Plus
perimeter patrol. They don't have it.
They don't have
perimeter defense. Period. The other thing too is the Suns have had averaged the last 3 or 4 games 14 turnovers per game. CP3 uncharacteristically losing the ball all the time. DA, catch the ball. If you go to the floor, secure the ball if you're going to dribble. So it's the turnovers, which have come back from them, not being able to close out in that fourth quarter and basically make the move. And when they make the move, sustain that. sustain those runs so they get on top of the lead and hold that lead.
United States picked up a big win last night over Colombia 3-2 in the World Baseball Classic at Chase Field. Mike Trout drove in all 3 runs for the United States on 2 singles, so that they finished the pool play at 3-1. They'll advance to Saturday in Miami to face Venezuela in the quarterfinals. D-backs last night, both games got rained out. Snakes are back on the field right now at the Cubs, just about half a mile from where we are here at the Twin Peaks in Tempe, as Bumgardner is on the mound. We'll get an update on how well he did. I'm sure he's not in there anymore. Yotes will host Vancouver, and I'm sure they're going to try to get another win as they're 4-0-2
This is killing
during
me.
the stretch. It's unbelievable.
It's like, why now?
They got a 6-game win streak.
I know.
Point streak, I should say.
Yeah, you can't tell guys not to win.
I know.
You can't do that.
It's like all of a sudden the tanky thing went away.
Yeah,
Phoenix,
yeah.
You don't tank anymore. We don't tank,
Actually,
even though that's the whole reason.
There's like 4 or 5 teams now that are below them on
3 minutes.
their point total.
Give Bill Armstrong credit. These young guys are developing, Rock. They're starting to play good hockey. They played so much.
So they're developing too fast?
They're doing way too fast. Absolutely.
Hey, if we got to give them credit for that, I'm all in.
Okay.
If this team all of a sudden next year's in the playoffs after what they did the last 2 years cleaning house, oh my gosh, I will be the first one to buy another sweater.
Look how much ice time these guys have been playing. They've been forced to. Now it's starting to come to fruition with 2 weeks to go. 13, 14 games to go for the rest of the season. And Bill Armstrong's loving this. If you're going to control the tank, you control who you can put on the ice. Well, if they can't put any, we're going to pull a bunch of guys up from Tucson or wherever and throw them on the ice. Kind of obvious to be tanky.
Yeah. Hey, only 2 more days for your chance to win tickets to the NCAA Championship Weekend in Houston, like I was talking about the tickets that I have. All you got to do, it's easy to enter. Just visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page. That's at Casino Arizona, and look for the post announcing the giveaway. Like the post. Comment on who you think is going to win the championship. Tag some friends on their Instagram account. And do us a favor and follow our Instagram page, Roc and Manuch Radio and Casino Arizona. As the prize includes 6 game tickets, so that's 2 tickets for each game on Saturday, so 2 games there, and then 1 game on Monday, of course, the finals. 3-night stay at the Marriott in Houston, and a $500 Visa card.
The Cats are going to have to pick it up on the offense second half. They didn't score a point in the last 3 minutes and 58 seconds versus that tough Princeton defense.
Trubellis and Ballo are doing what I think most people expected them to do. The rest of the team is struggling because of that Princeton defense.
They're coming out and guarding them.
Yeah.
God forbid. You didn't see that. How many teams were like kind of a Princeton team in the Pac-12? Probably didn't see a lot of that.
No, they did not.
So, again, you see a lot of teams aren't familiar with these other teams. They can watch all the tape they want. They can practice all they want.
Not the same, Manuch. When you walk on the floor.
But those Princeton guys are telling their coach what kind of gum those U of A Wildcats are chewing right now. They're in their grill. They're in their face. And, again, can they be patient if this thing comes down close with some of these higher seed teams?
The key for Arizona will, in the second half, try to force a couple of turnovers and try to get the game in more of an up-tempo mode. If that takes place, they will win going away. If it doesn't take place, Princeton is going to be in this game to the wire.
Got to go down low. Feed it to your boy down low if they're going to win this thing. So they rely so much on their shooting. They want to go down to Tubeless down low to try to make that happen.
Trubellis.
All right, coming up, we'll get you caught up in all the scores thanks to the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. We are out here at the Twin Peaks in Tempe. We'll be in Scottsdale tomorrow. Packed house in here watching the games. Got features on Dos Equis. Great place to watch all the action. It's all day long. Last game of the day, UNC Asheville versus UCLA will start at 7:10. So plenty of basketball. So come on down and join us. Say hello. Manuch will buy you a beer as he's been buying beers all night.
Yeah,
all day, I should say. I don't know how all that quarterback money, Brock Purdy money. You're doing real well with that.
They got that pension coming in now.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then it's an edition of Quick Draw Manuch with Ben and Jax. They'll have it for us next. We'll have some fun. We'll have a little March Madness of our own here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. It's Fox Sports 910.
Spend championship weekend in Houston on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. To enter, visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page at Casino Arizona and look for the post announcing the giveaway. Like the post, comment with your pick to win it all, and you're registered. That's at Casino Arizona on Instagram.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B at Twin Peaks for all the college hoops action presented by Dos Equis. Enjoy ice-cold Dos Equis as you watch the games at any of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Check out rockandmanuch.com for more details.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Before new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get them clean. But now I do dishes differently. And no pre-wash, no rewash, money back guaranteed kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease fighting power of Dawn built right in, with twice the scrubbing power, giving me a clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load, and I'm
Rock. So there's no miscommunication on this last one. Whenever you say the last game, I'll just hit the quick draw.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack,
cool.
But not with.
So after you give the update to that, I'll just fire it out.
Actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Text. Hey, Rock, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to come back with the Austin Powers music, and so I don't have to replay anything. You can just get right to it, okay?
Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks bracket.
Guys are hot.
Twin Peaks man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, here's an update for your fan pick'em bracket. Earlier today, Maryland over West Virginia, 67-65. Furman upset Virginia. A 13 knocks off of 4. They won by 1, 68-67. Missouri over Utah State, 76-65. Kansas, no trouble with Howard, 96-68. Right now, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi against number 1 Alabama. Alabama, no trouble there. 3 minutes in that one, 85-67. College of Charleston and San Diego State in progress right now, 53-47, 4:56 in that one. Arizona and Princeton at the half. Princeton down by just 1. Cats up 31-30. And then Arkansas and Illinois. Arkansas up 34-24, actually 26 with 1:26 in the first half. So,
Yippee-yi-yo, galloping all the way, great big star on his chest. Out from the rest, fastest car in the West. Yippee-yi-yo, riding around the way, here comes quick on the road. The highfalutin', fast as shooting this cowboy you ever saw. That's quick on the road.
All right, it's a staple on our show on Thursdays. It's called Quick Draw Manuch. Myself, Jimmy B go up against Manuch, and the way it works is Ben and Jax are the judges. They throw out a question, and we have to give an answer with the letter they give us. So, in other words, a question, we have to say our name. You call on us, we give you the answer, and you get points on the best fit to the question and speed.
Correct.
Best of 7. And what are the results as of today?
The overall standings, Manuch is at 3 wins, Rock is at 2, and Jimmy pulling up the rear at 1 win.
I beg your pardon.
All right, with that being said, let's get it going.
Let's get right into it, folks.
I'm assuming it's a March Madness.
We got some March Madness. We got some off the cuff.
Okay.
We got a variety. So speaking of March Madness, name a college basketball team that is currently in the March Madness tournament right now, whose college starts with the letter M.
Manuch.
Rock. Manuch.
Maryland.
I was just gonna say
Maryland?
Maryland. That's what I had.
I'm going to go out Marquette.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, Ben, what do you think on that? I was looking for speed there. You went with Maryland, but the creativity of Marquette.
You got to give your name first, Jimmy.
I know that.
Yeah, see, he's
I think you should.
Oh, God.
I think it should depend on who picked the higher seed, and Marquette's the number 2 seed. Maryland's 8.
True.
Lost.
Maryland just played today.
We got the best support staff.
I'm gonna go with Marquette.
I see where this is going. I see where this is going.
Some other ones you could have named.
Just so you guys know, I got cousins and know where y'all live, okay?
Yeah. Some other ones you could have named. There were 7. Maryland, Miami, Marquette, Michigan State, Montana State, Memphis, and Missouri.
Pretty good.
7.
All right.
Good research there.
All
right. Name a word that you would describe the show with, starting with the letter C, this current show.
Manuch. Captivating.
Current.
Jimmy didn't give his name.
I did.
No, he didn't.
I did.
Didn't give his name.
He sure did.
I did.
All right.
Rock
I got another. I got another.
Manuch, captivating. I love it.
Much,
One on the board.
Current.
Come on,
What's wrong
Jimmy.
with
Come on,
current?
Jimmy.
That's what we are.
That's
We're
what's going
current
through
here.
your body right now, Jimmy.
I don't know how current we are when you two guys are here because it's all talking like stuff that happened in the 70s.
Hey, did
It's
I
not
ever
current.
tell you? Did I ever tell
This
you?
is going to be a long story.
There was a TV show by the name of Paladin. Richard Boone was the star in that show. That's for another Furman Paladins. Paladin, the TV show.
What are you talking about?
Circa
I mean,
1963.
There you go, big dog. Yeah.
He went way back.
He gave you a big dog.
Did anyone notice when we started the segment, Jimmy took off his glasses?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, is it? Were you on TV?
Yeah, he's on Facebook finally, Rock.
Is he
He's on
really?
the computer, he's finally can see.
You guys are embarrassing. You guys that wear eyeglasses. Just keep them on. You guys look normal when you have them on.
Jimmy, nobody cares. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
All right,
This is radio, by the way.
1-1, Jimmy 0. All right, name a brand / company that starts with the letter M.
Manuch.
Mizuno.
It's a sport. Is it a sports thing?
Brand, company, anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mike, I already said.
Rock.
I was
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Oh.
You got to reset, Jimmy. Once
No, I said my name.
you said it second.
Put your
Jimmy.
glasses back on.
Oh my God! I have a headache. Mike Protel.
What?
Mike Protel.
It's
a
hotel.
It's a hotel chain.
And
Mike
you're,
Protel
and you're
Hotel.
saying we're currents? And
Absolutely.
you're saying that?
Yeah, it's a current hotel chain. Mike Protel.
That'll make tomorrow.
I'm going to have to go with Manuch.
Look it up.
Mizuno there.
Mike
Ben,
Protel
do you agree,
Hotel.
Mizuno? I think that's pretty creative.
I mean, could you guys have came up with anything else?
I had
Mizuno's
I
all the brand.
was going to say Mattel, but I don't know. Maybe they're
Mizuno
still
bats,
business.
Mizuno gloves, everything.
Microsoft, NetLife.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
some other ones. All right.
Okay.
Name a past college basketball player whose first or last name starts with the letter J.
Manuch.
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
What? Okay. All right.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Rock.
All right.
I'm glad you remember that.
Richard Jefferson. And then can I say something after he gives up his whatever he's going to say?
Of course.
Jimmy B. Magic Johnson.
Okay. For Manuch, What was Kareem Abdul's name in college? Because you asked for a college player.
You know, he just said a name.
No, he said college player.
What was his name in college?
His name was
Lou
Alcindor. It wasn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
You know,
knock him.
Even with
He's
you not
out.
saying that, I was going to go Jefferson because he's local, Arizona.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go Rock on that one.
Magic Johnson's the biggest
Jimmy,
star on the
speed,
planet.
speed, Jimmy.
Oh
You're
my
third.
God.
Speed.
I'm getting hosed here.
Speed. All right. Name a word to describe the overall March Madness atmosphere currently at Twin Peaks right now that starts with the letter T.
Manuch.
Manuch.
Tantalizing.
Jimmy B. Tremendous.
Tantalizing.
Tremendous atmosphere.
T? Tournament Madness.
Did you give your first name?
I'm going to go with tantalizing. I had to look it up.
What? Tremendous.
I had to look.
Tantalizing.
Come on, Jimmy.
No, tantalizing. Nobody even knows how to spell that.
Yeah,
Tantalizing to be here.
It means exciting one's senses or desires.
There you go.
That's tremendous.
No, tantalizing. Exciting
Terrible.
one's senses.
Fix
And,
Oh,
and
man.
Jimmy. And
What's the
desires.
score? What's the score?
The score is Manuch 3, Rock 2, Jimmy 0.
This sucks.
All right,
So
Put your
Jimmy
glass-
needs,
put
Jimmy
your
needs
glasses
all
on.
3 of these.
all right.
Actually, we have 2 more. We have
more.
one tiebreaker one.
Okay.
But, all right, name an animal that starts with the letter D.
Rock.
Manuch.
Dog.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a dog.
Jimmy B.
Yeah,
Deer.
Deer. You shoot deer.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Manuch. Oh man.
G.
I got nothing.
Rock gets another one.
Yeah. We're tied up.
All right, what's
B.
What's better?
You're,
D.
You're
Dog or deer?
You're trashing Bambi? Come on.
You're trashing every single
Fido?
dog anybody has?
Airbud.
That would be a
Airbud. That's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So
Last
it's
one.
3-3 tiebreaker. Jimmy
Don't
can't
even
answer
shut
this.
up. I don't
No,
want to hear
it
the
was
score.
3-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's
I just got that one, so I got 4.
No, you got 3.
We're behind.
trying to finesse me there, Rock. I see what you're doing. All right. Name a city in Arizona that starts with the letter C.
Rock. Chandler.
Casa Grande. Casa Grande. Emphasis. Casa Grande.
Ben, which one are you favoring here? The creativity.
Casa Grande.
Remember where our signal
Barely
goes?
Arizona.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Casa, yeah, it's Arizona.
Casa
That is
Grande
northern
coming
Mexico.
Are you coming from Hispanic? Are you Hispanic?
I'm
Garcia.
more Hispanic than anyone
Okay.
on the show.
I know.
Your favorite Casa
I'm the
Grande?
token Hispanic.
And I gave it the emphasis. I gave it the Hispanic sound and
But
everything.
you didn't get in there before me.
Okay, you gave.
And with that, Rock secures the victory. 4 for him, 3 Manuch, and Jimmy, give me 10 because you got a goose egg, 0
I would love to see
points.
Jimmy do little push-ups right now.
I'm protesting. I'm protesting this game.
Jimmy took his glasses off for that.
Oh, I had a headache,
You got
so I
goose
took them
egg.
off.
Oh, well.
And now I really got a headache after this game.
Rock has a 2-game winning streak. It's all tied up.
Okay.
Let me ask you,
Manuch.
when you started doing the scoring for this, because I didn't play in the beginning because I was the judge.
Correct.
Okay, so this is the scoring with me, all 3 of us.
Correct.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
just double
Tied
check
up.
it. See
Yeah.
if you screwed up. No,
Yeah.
I took the lead by 2.
Yeah, the guys know who they're
Where you get it all tied up?
No, you're all tied up overall with Manuch.
overall tied up. Overall,
Which
since you
he
playing.
started like 2 weeks ahead of you too, which is impressive.
And I had
No, that's what
and
I'm
I
saying.
had won those
You
2
got to take those first 2 weeks out because I didn't play.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Or it's more impressive.
Don't let him convince
No.
you. You're the judge. You're the jury. You and Ben just
Ben, seriously, everybody needs to play.
It's crazy. Rock takes a win and he's just bashing me
Yeah,
after.
No,
Fun.
because it's this is a long marathon. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
Rock reminds
Jimmy.
me a lot of Luca. No matter what, he's complaining for sure.
Yeah, I like Luca.
Jimmy's got us
good.
right where he wants us. He's gonna make a strong run over the summer.
It's all a setup. It's all a setup.
Hey, we're out here at Twin Peaks. You can win Twin Peaks man cards after every round. Just go to fanpick'em.com. Thanks to our friends at Dos Equis. What's cool is the Sweet 16 and the Final Four and the overall winner will win the big gift cards, but will also win their height in Dos Equis. I would love that promotion. That's going to be a lot of fun. So good stuff there. So there's another edition of Quick Draw Manuch. Do it every Thursday at 2:15. Coming up, Arizona State wins the play-in game against Nevada. A complete win for them. What was it that the Sun Devils were able to do early to sustain that win? We will catch up with the Sun Devils radio analysts live from Denver as they get ready for TCU. Kyle Dodd will break it all down next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the Twin Peaks in Tempe, right here on Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Sun Devil hockey player Josh Doan is foregoing his junior season to follow in the footsteps of father Shane and turn pro with the Coyotes organization. They're in action against the Canucks tonight. March Madness rolling on. Arizona in their battle with Princeton in the South Region's 2:15 matchup. Arizona State gets TCU tomorrow in the West Region. Diamondbacks reliever Mark Melancon's tough spring just got tougher. He appears headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. The Suns committed tonight's game versus the Magic on a 3-game losing streak and a half-game lead on the Clippers for the West's 4th playoff spot. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Win your hype in Dos Equis. Head to fanpick'em.com to fill out your Twin Peaks Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge. It's never too late. Play as you can win Twin Peaks Man cards after every round. That's fanpick'em.com.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, swing by Van's Golf Shops for the multi-vendor demo event happening this Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Valley Golf Center in Avondale. This big two-day event is your chance to demo the hottest new products and get custom fit by the manufacturers. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and book your custom fitting. Happening March 17th and 18th at Van's Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing you love to smell your cat's breath. To get the State Farm personal price plan, just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
It's Tim and Ben. How would you like to win a trip for two to Las Vegas? Airfare plus 2-night stay at the Westgate Las Vegas, home of Superbook Sports. It's simple. Just enter your name, and Superbook Sports has got your Vegas getaway covered.
You can enter to win at knxcountry.com keyword contest. And if you want bonus entries, make sure you download the Superbook Sports app after your submission. And right now, Superbook Sports will even match up to $250 when you sign up and deposit today.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official
10
sports
seconds.
betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS.
Jimmy, I don't know if you've ever won, but you're the best part about that segment.
Sports, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks Man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks Bracket Challenge. Twin Peaks Man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
It was a complete performance for us, and you want to be playing this way at this time of year. That's what it's all about. I truly,
it's a good warm up.
Our schedule and the games we've been in, especially late.
All right, now you're hot. 5 seconds.
These type of games, and it was across the board. Just everyone contributed.
That is Bobby Hurley, of course, following the blowout win by ASU last night. Welcome back. We are hanging out here at Twin Peaks here in beautiful Tempe. It's a packed house. Everybody enjoying the games. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also on the iHeartRadio app.
Kyle Dodd, how much fun was that? A complete game by your Sun Devils. That was one of the best games we said earlier in the show that I've seen this team play in 20 years. Would you put it up there as one of the best complete games you've seen?
I mean, it was all right. I'm not going to go that far.
It was all right.
No,
that's fair.
Obviously, it was. Obviously, yeah. I mean, that was a start to finish domination of Nevada. I mean, in the NCAA tournament to have a performance like that, I don't know if you guys saw the stat, but 133 games have been played in that Dayton arena, and not first 4 games. This is all-time NCAA tournament games, and that's the highest seating percentage any team's ever had in that arena.
So the lighting was good, huh? You liked the lighting in Dayton. The lighting was good.
I mean, we are familiar with the place, so we've been there a couple times.
Well, Kyle, we talked about that earlier. 64% field goal, and then 52.5% with 3-point shooting. I mean, they were hitting everything. And the guy that really impressed me was seeing Washington get involved early and often down low. You had the complete game, outside, inside. Devils written on all cylinders. Was that by design to get him more involved in that game last night?
I think so. I think all year, Warren Washington's been a guy that we've always said if he's touching the basketball, good things generally happen. And early on, he kind of got the ball a couple times at the mid post or high post, and he dropped some pocket passes for dunks, and or he went to work on the post, and they were in a really good rhythm all the way around. I mean, defensively, the strength of their team has obviously been defense all year, and they got after him early. I think Frankie drew 2 charges right off the bat, and you could just tell. And Nevada, to their credit, they got hot early and they hit a bunch of threes just to stay in the game. Without them making threes, it would have been really difficult for them to even stay as close as they did for a while.
Well, here's what I'm real curious about. How was the trip? As soon as the game was over, I saw it all on Twitter. Guys waiting at the airport finally got on the plane, landing in Denver at about 3 a.m. I mean, are people up or are they still asleep in Denver right now?
Well, they gave them a little bit later of a wake-up call this morning. We got to the hotel about 4 a.m. and I think they had breakfast. They had a window from like 10:30 to 12, and the players, kind of trickled down. And I'm actually standing outside the arena right now, getting ready to go in for the media session and then practice. But yeah, it was, you get chartered flights obviously after wins. And the funny thing is, had we lost, you go back to the hotel in Dayton and you wait for your flight the next day, and you just kind of wait around. It's miserable. But you win, you go right to the airport and you just get to the next city. So, I don't think anybody minded being, getting here in the middle of the night, because we knew that meant that we were moving on. And, there's no better excitement than the first couple of days of the tournament. And we have the late game on Friday and prime time. And I think the Devils are ready to, keep showing people that not only they belong in the dance, but they're going to make some noise.
You guys are going to have an actual normal time tomorrow night, 7:06 tip here locally. Denver will be 8:06, or hour ahead. But, oh my gosh, can your body adjust to an actual normal tip-off?
I don't know what time it is anymore. We've been on the road for so many weeks in a row. So, yeah, I mean, I think obviously, I think for Bobby and the team, they're glad that it's a late tip, because the last time we won in Dayton, we went to Tulsa, and then I think we had an afternoon game. So the turnaround was pretty quick. Obviously, the late tip, the late game gives them an opportunity for a little more recovery. And I think Coach Early said it in one of his media sessions last night is, every hour, every minute that you can recover counts, especially with the amount of basketball these guys have been playing lately and the amount of travel they've been doing.
Kyle, here's my question then. You will play against TCU, a team out of the Big 12, a very good basketball team. Did one or two of the assistant coaches already do the research on TCU in case you already won? So all of that is already in and documented.
Yeah, that's the tough part about tournament plays. You have to do that. You have to prepare for all options, and not only have they prepared for TCU, they prepared for Gonzaga and Grand Canyon, and probably started preparing beyond that. You want to make sure you're ready for all possibilities. And I think one of those assistants probably had the main job to get that scout rolling. And then now that they know, I think the whole staff is in on the game plan, and they're probably building it seriously. And I mean, that's the thing I think that Coach Hurley's done a heck of a job over the last couple of weeks, is getting these guys ready to play. And their game plans have not only been great in the Pac-12 tournament and then, last night, but they've executed them perfectly. And so it's one thing to be able to, put a game plan together, but to then have the guys translate it and carry it out on the court is another thing, and it's been really fun to watch.
Devils color analyst Kyle Dodd joining us here on Fox Sports 910. Kyle, I'm not going to claim that I watched a lot of TCU this year, but all I do know and what I've heard is they like to run. They like to go fast, and that's something that the Devils seem to do as well. But the defense has been playing so well for the Devils. How important is it for the Devils either to try to keep their game or to try to be on the defense and try to slow them down?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fast-paced game. They do like to get out and play a little faster than, I guess, we've been seeing in the last couple of weeks. But it is a team that has had trouble at times handling pressure, so that bodes well for us. I mean, obviously, we can get after you and get after the basketball. So, like I've been saying, I feel like I say the same things every time I come on here, but I think it's really important for the Devils to get after them defensively and disrupt anything that they want to run. And if they can do that, and if they're making shots at the clip that they did last night, I don't care who's on the other side. We're going to be in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can continue to keep playing the way they are.
And it seems as though since Bobby's played a deep bench this last year, that might come into fruition, especially watch Neil and Muhammad. What Neil have about 16, Muhammad 12. That all starts to come into fruition when you play a lot of your guys a lot of games.
3 minutes.
Especially against a team like TCU likes to run to keep those fresh bodies in there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you got to be able to play a lot of guys, and I thought the bench really stepped up last night. The emergence of Jemiah Neal has been huge. Frankie Collins was in foul trouble all night last night, so Jemiah came in and at times was the best player on the floor. Luther had it, like you mentioned. Lou had a big game off the bench. Gaffney had a really good stretch in the first half, hit a three, had a couple really nice blocks. And then from what we're told, that we might even see Austin Nunez back. He warmed up yesterday. He's been going through full practice. Coach Shirley indicated that he wouldn't play last night, but if we moved on, he might be available. So we'll see. We'll probably get word on that today or tomorrow. And, anybody that's available will probably be useful tomorrow.
So, Kyle, kind of walk us through your day. I mean, there's a lot of downtime. I mean, you get up, you go to the team breakfast,
2 minutes.
you come back to the hotel, watch more TV, go back to have the lunch, maybe shoot around. And I mean, what do you do with all this time?
Well, yeah, I got up, I woke up too early for having to go into bed at 4:30. My eyes popped open way too early, but I was able to kind of go back to sleep and go down, eat breakfast, and then ever since then, I've been looking for Sean Creston. We never saw him after he got off the plane in Denver. So
Wow, he didn't make it. The little guy didn't make it, huh?
He's standing right next to me, so I had to slip that in there.
Did you check him in the baggage just to make sure he got there?
Yeah.
We went through if I checked you in the baggage to make sure you got there. Yeah, we did.
Is he wearing Skechers to make him look a little taller? Has he got Skechers? At least in Mile High, he's a little high. He's a little taller there in Denver. Good stuff.
Yeah, he came out off the plane with the radio gear and some of the band equipment. We got him here.
At least he's not.
No, but I have to give him credit though. Dead serious. Me and Tim, we've been through a lot of ups and downs with ASU sports, and even when we were up 29 or 27 or whatever it was at half, like we weren't enjoying it. Like the whole entire second half, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. They're down. Oh, it's 19. What are we doing? And I was a wreck. And every time out, he was like, guys, like they got outscored by 28. They didn't even have 28 points in the first half. I mean, he finally at about the 6-minute mark, he basically snapped at us and said, will you guys enjoy this? We're kicking their tail on the NCAA tournament.
Sure. Creston's always been the old guy in the room. He's always been the old guy.
Hey, Kyle, I know we'll get you back to the games too, because Princeton is giving Arizona a heck of a game right now. So thanks for stepping away, man. Thanks for giving us some time. We appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, anytime, guys, and I hope we talk again soon. That means we're still winning. So.
Absolutely. We'll plan on that. That's Kyle Dodd, color analyst for your Sun Devils, with our old number 3, Sean Crespin, who does all the things behind the scenes for Arizona State.
All the intangibles, ancillary things.
Coming up, it is our Twin Peaks Pick'em contest, as we will have Zach, who's actually sitting right next to us, who's been here for lunch. He's going to compete against one of the young ladies here from Twin Peaks. We're going to pick a bunch of games. Oral Roberts Duke, GCU Gonzaga, ASU TCU, and Suns and Magic. So we got 4 games to pick from for a $25 Twin Peaks gift card. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Tempe.
This is The Herd. Attention listeners. With Colin Cowherd.
Daniel Jeremiah believes Aaron Rodgers will be a New York Jet. He better be. They're running out of options. Brady retired, Carr's with the Saints, and Garoppolo is a much better fit with the Raiders. He knows the coach. He knows the system.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday as they broadcast live 1 to 4 from one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks. Tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks to win a man card. For this week's location, head to rockandmanuch.com. That's Thursdays at Twin Peaks.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Before new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get
Hey, Rock.
clean. But now I do dishes.
I'm coming back with this normal bumper and dry liner for you guys.
Money back guaranteed, kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease fighting power of Dawn built right in with twice the
Just the March Madness.
clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load, and I'm
Just the one that we're supposed to be playing 3 times an hour.
with Cascade Platinum Plus.
Cool.
I dare to dish differently.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wake up with The Drive. Jody Ayler tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910 and on our free iHeartRadio app. The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks man card. Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks
Guys are hot.
Challenge. Twin Peaks man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
And we are out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. And Tempe, we have a caller call in and compete against one of our fine Twin Peaks girls. But we have a guy here in person that's going to compete against Catherine. It's here. We got Zach, who is here to compete with him. And this is how it works, Zach. We're going to give you 4 games today. And Catherine will give you 4 games.
Okay.
You guys get to pick the games. And in the final game, you kick the winner and the score. And Zach, if you beat Catherine, you win a $25 Twin Peaks man card. And if she wins, I'm sure that she'd be more than glad to gift it back to you. So we are here at the Twin Peaks out here in Tempe. Here are the games, just to give you a heads up.
Okay.
Oral Roberts versus Duke. That's tonight. GCU versus Gonzaga. ASU versus TCU tomorrow night. And then we'll do the Suns Orlando. We'll do that game as well, too. So, Catherine, first and foremost, how long have you been in the Valley?
I've been here for about 10 years.
Okay.
Moved here from Wisconsin in like 2012. So about to be 11 years. So
You
I've been here for a while.
See, we don't shovel sunshine out here.
Yeah.
Back there in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, say Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Okay, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Zach, where are you from?
I live in Washington State, but I travel here for work every other week.
So you get out of the rain, come and dry out.
Exactly.
But did you bring this rain we had
No,
last night?
No, I did not. I've been here for a week, so you can't blame that on me.
All right, we'll get Catherine going first. Okay, it's number 12 Oral Roberts versus number 5 Duke tonight. By the way, our fine crack staff here. We got Jax, our fine intern here. He's picking Oral Roberts throughout. He's got them winning the title.
No. Sweet 16. I think they're going to win tonight, though.
Okay,
but that's just my opinion. But
all right,
we'll leave it up to these folks.
So, Jacqueline, who you got? You got Oral Roberts or Duke tonight? Catherine, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to say Duke.
You want Duke?
Yeah.
The Dukies?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Zach.
I'm going Duke.
Going the Dukies, okay. Second game, number 14, the Grand Canyon Lopes over there at 33rd Avenue in Campbell, taking on Gonzaga, the number 3 seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs. That game will be tomorrow night. So, Catherine, who do you got? You got GCU, the Lopes from Phoenix, Arizona, or Gonzaga? They're from what? Spokane? What are they next?
Yeah,
Spokane. Yeah.
I'll have to say GCU probably.
Got the Lopes.
Yeah.
I like the Lopes.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
not bad. They're not bad.
All right, I'm taking Gonzaga all the way to the end.
Oh, you got
They got them all the way to through.
Can they finally get through like the first 3 games?
Yep.
So Drew Timmy finally going to have a year.
He's finally going to have a year.
Mark Hughes is going to win a championship.
It's about damn time if they do. All right, tomorrow night, the number 11 ASU Sun Devils take on the number 6 TCU Horned Frogs. That's when you can throw out there to all the young ladies out here. Say, hey, did you know at TCU that their mascot's the Horned Frogs? They'll be so impressed with that. So impressed, Catherine. All right, so give me the winner for that one. ASU versus TCU. Who do you got?
TCU.
Got TCU.
TCU.
Okay. You know, ASU's just like 2 miles,
2 miles
west
that
of
way.
here at this Twin Peaks and Tempe Marketplace. You realize that?
Yeah.
Okay. Heard you guys had quite the crowd here last night. With the
Well, I
Sun
didn't
Devils.
work last night, but I heard it was really busy when I got here this morning, for sure.
You're
Yeah.
jam-packed. All right,
Super
Zach,
busy.
who you got?
I think ASU is going to have the upset.
You got ASU.
ASU.
Taking the running TCU Horned Frogs.
You got to get the score on that one, too.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go. We got one more here.
Okay.
We got Suns versus Orlando. We'll do the winner and score on this one. This is tonight. Suns are kind of have to, pick it up here a little bit. So give us the winner and the score of the Suns taking on Orlando tonight down there at the Footprint.
I'll probably say the Suns, and I'll go probably,
It'll be a high-scoring game.
yeah, probably like 115 to like 100. Probably.
Okay. Got the
Yeah,
Suns.
115 to
All right, Zach, what do you got?
I know the Suns are 1-3, 1-4. They need this win, but I think Orlando's going to pull it off. I think they're going to.
Wow.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to show up, and I'm going to do. 104 to 97.
Man.
That was a good one.
If the Suns lose to Orlando, they'll be in a funk.
Yeah, that'll be sad.
They'll be in a funk. Zach, so much. Thanks so much. Hope we get some more sunshine for you before you're back to
Absolutely.
Washington. But thanks for playing. Catherine, before you take off, give us a little idea what you got going on as far as specials here and what time you guys open with all the madness going on top of that.
So since March Madness started, we're starting to open around 9 a.m. because that's how early the games are starting. We usually have specials almost every single day of the week. We have happy hour Monday through Friday from, 3 to 6, then midnight, 10 to 12. We have $4 $50 shots almost every day. We just also have a lot of specials going on, especially with our appetizers too. Same with our happy hour. Just like every time someone comes
3
in,
minutes.
we always let them know of our specials so they know that we're trying to take care of them every single day they come in.
You guys are jam-packed. You're slammed today.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got here in time just to get our table.
Yeah, we always save a table for you guys, even when we know you're coming in. So you guys are always guaranteed a spot in here.
So I got to mention, you guys are all wearing green.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Do you guys have any special deals for St. Patrick's Day coming up tomorrow, or what are you guys doing?
No, we have a couple shots. We don't have our green beer this year because it kind of messes up our wells a little bit. People have been calling about that, so we're not doing that this year. But we have a lot of shots that are going to be lesser than they are usually.
Would have been green tint in those shots, like the mint and all that kind of stuff.
Some like green
That's
food
a
coloring.
good
That'd be cool.
question. I don't think we have food coloring here. But I don't know. Hopefully we do, though, because I want to actually do something for St. Patrick's Day since we don't have the green beer this
If you
year.
get to the bottom of that first, Catherine, we'd love it. You'll come back and report to us in that final
Of
hour. We got
course,
one
yeah.
more. Thank you for playing. We appreciate it. You did
Of course. Thank you for
outstanding
having
job.
me.
Catherine from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me,
You
guys.
bet. That's it. Oh, we got to take that bubbly personality with us all the time.
That was
Jack.
cool. In person, kind of a little rivalry there.
like
They had
that there.
3 different matchups, too.
Zach brought the rain from Washington, for crying out loud. Don't do that next time you come down, Zach.
Wisconsin, the
With
snow,
Wisconsin,
maybe.
a little bit here and there. But I got to tell you what, again, folks, come on down to Twin Peaks. Any of the 4 value locations, the games are going, as you heard Catherine. They're opening up early. They're opening up bright and early for the first game, which tipped off at 9. Tomorrow, the same thing, all weekend long. So they'll have it going on.
So Catherine's anticipating a GCU ASU second round matchup. Could you imagine that in the Valley and at each Twin Peaks if that occurred?
Here's the thing: if that happens, hell will have frozen over.
1 minute.
I could see ASU upsetting TCU. I could see
GCU's
that.
been shooting well recently, but yes, Drew Timme and Gonzaga has been one of the hottest teams.
But I got to imagine, isn't Gonzaga due one of these days? Aren't they due? I mean, in the last, they've been favored. They come in either a 2, a 3, or a 4 seed or anything like that. You would think that eventually Mark Few and that team would finally put something together and win it all. I don't know. I got them going out in the I think in the Elite Eight, Jimmy.
Nobody is talking about Gonzaga, where everybody was
30.
talking about them in the past few years. Nobody's discussing them right now.
Hey, coming up now, number 3, we'll get you caught up on all the NCAA tournament games that have been completed and those in progress. We'll catch up with Cardinals beat writer Howard Balzer on the latest free agency moves. That much more. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B out here, Twin Peaks in Tempe. Get you caught up on all of the scores, all the March Madness that's going on right here on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Manuch, hang back.
Arizona
Let's cut some promos.
Toyotas is
Just give me a 3, 2, 1 when you're ready. Just say coming up tomorrow at 1. That's it. Just say coming up tomorrow at 1. That's good. Thanks.
Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is the perfect season to get in on all the fun with BetMGM. There's no better time to hit the court for some exciting action in college basketball. Sign up with BetMGM using bonus code KGME9 and place your first bet on this month's matchups. If your wager loses, you'll still receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. Find out why March is the most magical month in sports and take your shot at thrilling tournament wins. Make every buzzer beater bigger than ever with the king of sportsbooks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. That's BetMGM.com. 21 years of age or older to wager. Arizona only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. First online real money wager only. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Do not wait until the summer heat to figure out if your AC unit needs a tune-up. Hey, it's Jody Ayler from my friends at PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air. PlumSmart is offering a free AC tune-up for the entire month of March. Plus, this month only, a free reverse osmosis system installed with every AC unit all month long. Call PlumSmart today, 480-654-8865. 480-654-8865. It's just plumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
Arizona hoping to move on in the NCAA tournament as they are taking on Princeton in the South Region's 2:15 matchup. For Arizona State, they get TCU in tomorrow's 6-11 clash in the West Region. The Suns getting set to take on the Magic, looking to break a 3-game slide. They've got just a half-game lead on the Clippers for the West's 4th playoff spot. Sun Devil hockey player Josh Doan is giving up his junior season to follow in the footsteps of father Shane and turn pro with the Coyotes. They're in action tonight with the Canucks. Mark Melancon of the Diamondbacks appears headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. And then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine and those temperatures back up into those low 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Churches.
There are so many reasons to get hooked on Church's 8-piece shrimp meal. It's dippable, crunchable, downright irresistible, and it starts at $5.99. The only catch, it's only here for a limited time. Church's Texas Chicken. Welcome to the great state of flavor.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what is the top story this hour?
Could we see another upset? Could we see a 15 take down a 2? Arizona and Princeton, 53-55, 10 remaining in the second half. Wildcat fans, what's going on? What did Princeton I say? Tigers.
I told you that what they had to do, meaning Arizona, they needed to try to force tempo, which they've been unable to do against Princeton. And Princeton has forced the Wildcats into a couple of turnovers. And when that has taken place, Princeton has come down and they have scored off of those turnovers. That's why right now it's a 3-point game.
Well, what was the year that U of A lost? The first round was a 16-1, or they were a 2, and they got beat. Was it 94-95?
Right, yeah, right.
It wasn't a 16-1.
No, it wasn't.
It was Virginia and
UMBC.
They were either
Maryland. Yeah,
2 or 3 seed. They got knocked out.
Was
the
that
first
Santa Clara that beat them?
It may have been, but it was
Steve Nash.
No,
it was Nash.
It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was it. All that hope. That team was supposed to make the run. That being U of A for the national title. Yeah. Steve Nash, the gym rat himself.
Some other games in progress still. Arkansas and Illinois, 12:54 in a second, 49-36 Arkansas. Coming up this hour, we'll have the tip-off of Auburn and Iowa. And then after 4, it's Oral Roberts, Duke, Colgate, Texas, Boise State, Northwestern, and a bunch of games after 6. Going to give you an update on games that are final. Alabama took care of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 96-75. Close one for San Diego State and Charleston, as Charleston had a hell of a year. They were 31-2 going into that game, but they lose to San Diego State 63-57. West Virginia falls to Maryland 67-65. The big one today, the big upset. There's always one at least. Number 13 Furman beats Virginia, ranked 4th, 68-67. Missouri, no trouble with Utah State, 76-65. Same with Kansas over Howard, 96-68. So, again, the big one right now, Princeton and Arizona, 442, as Arizona is now up by 5, 55-50.
Some of these games going down to the wire. As we go deeper than tomorrow, you look at some of those. You look at GCU playing tomorrow night, ASU tipping off tomorrow night. The locals are straight, but got to tell you what, this Princeton team, they end up beating the Cats. A couple of people, I even think we had Mike Adris on yesterday, also talked about Princeton.
He did.
We'll get him tomorrow and get his recap the first couple days. But hey, let the madness begin.
I'm telling you, if this upset takes place, a 15-2, it takes me back to Pete Carrill when Princeton upset UCLA, and the game was like in the 40s, and they slowed the game down to a snail's pace and ended up winning that game with a backdoor cut, and they've had success with that here tonight, or I should say this afternoon. And right now, it's a 3-point advantage for Arizona, and Arizona's frustrated. They're frustrated because they can't blow this team out off the court.
Well, they're missing some easy shots too underneath the basket. They had to put those back in.
Suns tonight got Orlando. We'll talk a little bit more about that in about 5-6 minutes, and why Devin Booker is going to go for over 30. I'll tell you why I think that's going to happen. On the national level, Gardner Minshew has signed with the Indianapolis Colts after 2 years with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Cardinals calling Manuch.
Signs a 1-year deal worth about $3.5 million.
Very affordable for the Cardinals.
Yes.
I mean,
What the hell are they doing?
You cannot go into training camp with just Colt McCoy and the other kid that's there with him. You have got, by the way, all the viable quarterbacks that are available are going by the wayside. We saw who signed with the Commanders yesterday.
Jacoby
Brissett, who I thought the Cardinals should have signed, but he got $8.5 million.
Right.
Cardinals were going to pay something like that. I think McCoy's making $4.5 to $5. But you know what? Why not pay that guy? This is your offensive system, your offensive coordinator that's coming in to run the show.
Can I just tell you, Manuch? They are doing what the Coyotes are doing. That is going to be the Arizona Cardinals this fall. It'll be, at least for a year, what exactly the Coyotes are attempting to do.
Now that you've watched SportsCenter, the home of Aaron Rodgers, for the last 24 hours, which is just the more you hear Aaron talk about, he's 90%, was going to retire going in the cave, and it comes out and he realizes he's not going to retire. And I like the fact that the Packers want more than a first-round pick as part of this deal, the base of this deal. And I would love it. I would totally love it to all my New York Jet fans for the Packers not do a deal.
Not to cooperate.
Not cooperate.
Yeah.
Hold out. Hold out as long as you can.
Because
it sounds like, from what I'm seeing, is the Packers, they want this first-round pick, but that's just the base of it. They want protection in 2025 in the event that Rodgers plays in 2024.
Sure.
So they want more. They want first round, second rounds. They want a bunch of stuff. Well, why not? I mean, he's the MVP. He's not reigning, but he's been one twice, right?
They're not just gonna do the deal because Aaron Rodgers wants to do the deal. They're gonna make sure they get their pound of flesh one way or the other from that standpoint. Now, if they continue to hold on, my whole thing is, okay, well, how much are you really in love with Love? Pardon the pun, in reference to trying to make this deal even more so. So if you're going to hold Aaron Rodgers hostage, I'd say, well, don't you have confidence in this in the Love kid coming in? I mean, you're going to get if you get a first-round pick, what else do you want? I don't think they're going to renegotiate the contract whatsoever. So, again, if it's the Packers, all right, if that kid's ready to go, make the deal. It tells me they're still not ready with that kid if they hold on.
So you're telling me there's really not a Love connection.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So
hell of a show, by the way.
The Packers, they're willing to wait, but they can't wait too long because there is a deadline, an ultimate deadline, and that is week 1, at which $58.3 million option bonus becomes guaranteed base salary if not exercised.
Yes.
I can't imagine the Packers said, all right, we'll get you Jets, we'll get you Aaron, and not exercise it.
Yeah, it's all systems are go. It sounds like the only heartache, it might be the draft picks, the heartburn that the Packers are having. But how long are they going to hold on to that? I mean, how long do they want to work that, and then this thing goes by the wayside, and then Aaron decides, if you don't want to do a deal, I'm going to come back. come back and, to your point, exercise that option, pay all that money. So I know that they're going to try to hold firm, but
Jets are sitting on number 13.
Yep.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Now,
and then 12 in round 2 and 11 in round 3, 10 in round 4 when you look at, where that number falls in.
Well, you got to understand they're in a situation, too, that since their backup Mike White is gone down to Miami, and Zach Wilson's their guy, and I don't know if Joe Flacco's still there or not.
He's still there.
Okay, then that's all you have. So they want to get something done, too, because if this thing with Rodgers doesn't work, they'll go make the play, I think, at least at that point for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of moving pieces here that got to come together fairly quickly.
Why can you make a case for the Colts to start doing something here to get Lamar? Wouldn't you go after Lamar or even go after Aaron Rodgers?
It depends, man. With them, my whole thing is contends. Where's their cap at? And why would you not go after Lamar unless they figure, well, for right now, if we're going to pay that kid $45 to $50 million a year, guarantee $120 million, do we have the wherewithal to go deep into the playoffs, which they probably don't, or go get a first-round draft choice to build around? So you look at the top 3 picks. If they want to go get that first-round draft choice and have a Gardner Minshew back him up as he comes out, or Minshew be your guy until that rookie can get to that point.
I think Colts need to make a deal with the Cards, get the 3.
Yep.
Cards can stockpile more picks. I mean, obviously, they're signing guys that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Fan base cannot be happy right now, right? You don't know any of these guys they're hiring.
That's correct.
They're losing Byron Murphy. They've lost Zach Allen. We know all that. We'll talk to Howard Balzer at 3:30.
By the way, it's a great article by Howard Balzer on Twitter called "Cardinals Shopping at the Dollar Store" right now.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is.
My contention.
Yep.
So if you're going to do that, if you're gonna play the Phoenix Coyotes way or Arizona Coyote way, then just trade all your picks. But the Colts, do something with the Colts.
Sure, they could.
Then they have that 3 to get Lamar or Aaron.
Exactly. And if they trade that 3, they get the 4 or whatever, get a couple picks. At that point, you can go get your Will Anderson and maybe go get another defense or offensive lineman or a cornerback. I mean, there's a couple top corners that are there as well, too, to go ahead and scratch that itch twice in that first round.
All right, I'm going to change the topic just for a quick moment. With 1:50 to play, Princeton now has the lead over Arizona, 56-55. Cats have the basketball.
Yeah, Ben, can we just go to commercial? We want to watch this.
It's getting good.
137, 56-55. Wow.
Yep. It'll be the biggest upset.
This isn't good. This isn't good. Arizona needs to win these kind of games.
Absolutely, they do.
This is good for us. It's good for the city. I know Arizona State fans don't want to hear that, but it's good for the state of Arizona that you get out of the first round.
You talk about the hustler where Princeton is hustling, rebounding, harassing this U of A team. So get a little jump ball here. It'll be very important to see if U of A can control it and take the lead here. But this is what it's all about.
That's what I talked
15
about.
15 in a 2.
Yep. That's what I talked about. I said you get that tight collar if you're one of the top teams. And that's exactly what has happened so far. And
turnover.
once again, another turnover.
Jimmy B, play-by-play. Let's go.
No, I can't do that.
You can paraphrase it, Jimmy, for us.
I can paraphrase.
See, there's a delay. See, I'm watching. It's faster online than it is on television right now.
Okay.
So I can tell you what just happened, but I won't do that. But yeah.
Now Princeton just airballed, so now we're down to 105, and it is 56-55 in favor of Princeton.
You're right, Rock. This would suck if U of A
This
goes
does,
out.
if this happens.
yeah.
I don't think it's
come
going
on.
to. I think this is where the Cats, they've been here before. And
Well, you got to set something up here for Tabellis.
Well, they only needed 2.
And
1 minute.
That shot
And they
gets
just
blocked away.
them. Yeah, it's 50 seconds remaining. 56-55 Princeton again. A 2 versus a 15.
Clean block. What Princeton right there. Guard play. Where's the play down low, Jimmy? We talked about this earlier.
I
Great
told you,
block.
That's a great block. Tubellis is not down low. He was out around the perimeter.
Bellis is a heck of a player.
He is a
man.
great player.
He's having a good game.
He is. But they have.
Well,
to
Arizona
do-
calls timeout again, down by 1. They have the ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
50 seconds remaining. All right, let's take a quick one. We'll come back and find out what's going on here. Also, I will I want to give you a case. I'm going to make a case why I think Devin.
The Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em is back. Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge presented by Dos Equis. Win man cards after every round. Win the entire bracket and take home a $910 man card. Plus your height in Dos Equis. Head to fanpick'em.com.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Afternoon in the West Valley. There's a wreck heading west on I-10. It's just before 75th Avenue, and I'm seeing heavy delays back to about 35th Avenue. A wreck on the 101 westbound near 7th Avenue, sitting on the right shoulder. Tempe, you've got a wreck. Price and Southern. Your alternates would be Broadway or Dobson. Lee Powell here, checking the road.
This report is sponsored by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. It's your lucky day. The Lazy Boy St. Patrick's Day sale is going on now. Save 20% off store-wide on comfortable Lazy Boy furniture. Plus, take an extra 5% off reclining furniture. 24 months special financing is available. Lazy Boy, live life comfortably.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Golfers, swing by Vans Golf Shops for the multi-vendor demo event happening this Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Valley Golf Center in Avondale. This big two-day event is your chance to demo the hottest new products and get custom fit by the manufacturers. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and book your custom fitting. Happening March 17th and 18th at Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, 3-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
D-backs reliever Mark Melanson's tough spring got tougher as he appears headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. The Suns come into tonight's game against the Magic on a 3-game losing streak, had a tenuous half-game lead on the Clippers for the West's 4th playoff spot. The Mets suffered a big blow to their pitching staff as closer Edwin Diaz is expected to miss the season due to a knee injury suffered yesterday at the World Baseball Classic. I'm Frank Garrity.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Are you facing foreclosure? Then come down to Megalo and Partners. We're a mortgage rescue company, and we can help you keep your house, provided you submit to our plans for galactic domination. No, I'm kidding.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. The madness continues. Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself Twin Peaks Man.
Guys are hot.
Go to fanpick'em.com and enter the Twin Peaks Bracket Challenge. Twin Peaks Man cards after every round. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
The biggest upset today. Arizona knocked out by Princeton 59-55. A number 2 seed falls to number 15 Princeton. South Region, Sacramento. Wow.
What did I talk about? I talked.
Will you stop petting yourself?
No.
All you do every day is say, dude, I talked about this yesterday. I talked about this today.
Okay.
Who cares?
I care. Because
Jeez.
I went
Jimmy,
back.
we still
I
love
went.
you.
I thank you, Manu.
God.
I went back to the
It's
UCLA Princeton. UCLA got beat when they were a 15. Now, or rather a 2. Now it's Arizona who gets beat by Princeton. We're sitting here watching it during the commercial break
In Tempe.
in Tempe.
So Southern fans are loving this.
They are. The Arizona fans, this place went silent for about a minute when that game got over.
It was interesting watching the Arkansas-Illinois game. There's a team sitting in the stands. All of a sudden, they start pointing to the scoreboard, and they're looking at each other like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
So they're seeing the scores, and other arenas are around and just shocked like we are that Princeton slowed it down, played some tough defense, made the I got to quite frankly, watching this game, made U of A earn every shot on the perimeter, down low. It was a defensive game and slow it down.
So my bracket's busted.
Everybody
You
said.
mean both.
I had them in the Final Four.
I did not. I did not. I had them getting beat in the Sweet 16.
I had Bama and
They haven't won, I think, since 1998. Princeton in the tournament.
That's
wow,
incredible.
Oh, I feel bad.
There's
for
that
so
parody.
many of my
There's that
cat
parody,
friends.
Rock. There's that parody right there, man.
It's not parody. It's just it's college basketball. It's why they call it March Madness.
Coaching,
this is going to
man.
happen with Furman winning today over Virginia. That's a huge upset too. But this is just this is nuts. And congratulations to all you Ivy Leaguers, the 3 that are listening. That is huge.
You think there's that many?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but
They're really slouching today, tuning us in. That's
but
for sure.
there are tons of pundits that had Arizona in the Final Four.
yeah.
A ton of them.
That Arizona Bama and that side of the bracket to take down each
Oh
other.
man! So our bracket update is powered by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. As I mentioned, Furman was the other one today. So those are the only 2 upsets this afternoon and this morning. We still got a lot of basketball to go. Got some games getting going here in about 40 minutes, and then into the 4 o'clock hour, and of course a ton of night games. Our own Jackson Groff thinks that Duke is going to go down today to a 5 to a 4, a 12, but I'll take a side bet on that one.
Let's go.
I got Duke winning it all, so I'll take that side bet.
Can I get a nice steak dinner or maybe a raised or what?
I got
whatever
Duke
you
in the
want.
Final Four. That's
Wow.
Talk about letting the air out of the balloon. I mean, that's just
That's
man.
crazy.
You're so deflated
I
that
can't.
U of A of all. You're like you just won the Pac-12 title 2 years in a row, and you face a team. You're not familiar with that defense or that offense. I mean, they talk about going from 4th to 2nd gear and having the patience. But we watch this.
Gosh, I'm
talk
so-
about the hustle factor by Princeton on the board.
So
Defense.
torn because this is my first year betting on DraftKings,
Right.
and I took every underdog.
So
and
you won.
I'm winning a lot of money. Yeah, a lot. Well, it's relative, right? You know.
Yeah.
But I put $15 on every game today, NIT and NCAA, and I wanted Arizona to win. I didn't mind losing $15 to get them to the next round. But jeez,
Yeah, I was looking to track down our good buddy Ryan Hansen, the color analyst for U of A. I may still track him down and say, what the hell happened? He's probably not going to want to come on and talk tomorrow.
I wouldn't track him down today.
But again,
let's shift gears real quick. I want to talk some
Okay.
Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
All right, there's 0.12% perfect brackets still out there on ESPN. How many total brackets were there? 13 million or something like that?
Yeah.
So I think Devin Booker is doing everything he can right now to carry this team until KD comes back. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
But they still lost 3.
Yep.
In those losses, he scored 30 against the Bucks, 32 against the Warriors, and 28 against the Kings, all against stiff competition. He does need to do a better job behind the three-point line.
Yes.
He's 3 of 12 in those 3 losses. Before the skid, he was 16 of 30. Now, they got the Magic, which are basically out of the playoff picture. They come into town. They've won 1 game in their last 4, and that was in overtime. So far this month, horrible defense. They allow opponents to score more than 125 points per game in the 7 games so far. The Spurs put 132 on them on Tuesday. So I think Book's going to have a lot of success tonight, especially from the three-point line, as Orlando has given up their opponents 40% success rate. 40%. An average of 15 three-pointers per game. And this this defense for Orlando is exactly what Booker needs, because he's going to have all the touches, and I think the over-under was 30.5 for Devin Booker. It's now 29.5. I don't know why it went down, but he's going to come in, and I think he's going to pile it up, and I think they're going to take care of this game tonight. Well, it's a must-win.
I think
it really is.
And DeAndre Ayton have got to be the factors, obviously. CP3 will get his 10 to 12 and his 10 to 12 assists, 10 to 12 points, whatever. And then they've got to be, they got to be the guys in tonight's game. But just in a game like this, if you want to see DeAndre Ayton score 40 points, give him the ball. Let him score 40 points. Let him go off and take some of that load off of Booker on top of it. But I'd have
3 minutes.
I'd get them about at least 25 shots. What's he average? 18 shots per in this 3 games.
But to Jimmy's point earlier is get it to Ayton, and if Ayton doesn't have that, throw it back out to Booker and let him shoot the 3.
Yeah, correct.
If Orlando's going to give the 3, let Booker take it all day long. I don't care if he's 10 for 30, whatever it is. Just start following him up.
Well, they just got to get a win. And I think from that, just getting the win. And I got to tell you what, Jimmy, I would say this. It seems like DA's getting a little too enamored with his mid-range shot instead of going down low and establishing presence. Establishing that presence and then coming back with the mid-range. I know he wants to have the full repertoire, but going down there, a few elbows, a few stuffs.
But remember who he was playing against. He was playing against Giannis and Brook Lopez, both big men who can defend him down low on the block. So I'm not going to disagree,
2 minutes.
but I'm just going to say that's a caution statement from the standpoint that he was trying to score in any way possible against those 2 big guys.
But I will say this: the mid-range shot's looking good. Even hoisted a 3, which was
that was at the end of the game.
But here the thing is were we seeing more and more of the development of his game? As we see that, will Monty curtail that, move it even forward, knowing that they want to get him more shots? When you have a guy like Eddie Johnson post-game show say, "Hey, yeah, he scored 28, should have scored 40." I don't know. I think that's a shot across the bow to say, "Hey, look, let's just make sure that we continue to feed him and keep him engaged in these games."
That's exactly what they need to do. And he should have a dominant performance in this game tonight, which Rock just talked about. Orlando, they can't guard the 4 of us.
1 minute.
And I'll even throw Ben in. I'll make our 5 against Orlando.
That's a stretch.
A stretch with Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. But we would have some success. It's amazing to me what has happened with this Orlando team, and Rock talked about it, since we got into March or since that All-Star break, because they were a competitive team in the first half of the season, and now they're nowhere to be found.
We're out here at Twin Peaks. Thanks to our friends at Dos Equis and our fan pick'em, which is going on right now. Never too late to get in as we give away Twin Peaks man cards after every round. $50 this weekend, then it goes to $100, then it goes to $910. So check it out. Go to fanpick'em.com. Never too late to sign up. Thanks to Twin Peaks, 4 Valley locations. Tomorrow we'll be out at the Scottsdale location. Today we're in the Tempe location. And as we mentioned earlier, as Arizona went down to Princeton, you got a big roar from all the fans here in Tempe who were loving the fact that the the Cats went down and got upset. A 2 getting beat by a 15. Not good on the program. It is not going to go well.
Damn, Brackett. Had him in the Final Four and blew that up. Well, I just
Does anybody ever think when they're filling out the bracket that they have a chance? Honestly.
Well,
you really have a chance.
Why you play to win the game, Rock? Come on, man. You play to win the game. You just show up and just make it. But we're just like, oh, man, I've got the for sure picks this year. And look what happens. Day 1.
Right.
The madness creeps into March.
That's why we love it.
Hey, make sure you tune in Saturday to the only local sports gambling show in Arizona. Take the Points, presented by the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona, the CAZ Sportsbook. It's gross. It's Bauer, it's Jax, every Saturday from 11-1 as the guys give you their uncensored sports betting opinions, analysis, and advice. That's 11 o'clock on Saturday. I would go to the website, fanpick'em.com, and see how they're doing before you tune in because I'm looking at it right now, and last time I looked, Ben was in his suit because, see, Ben took a picture with a suit on, and I think that's helping because Ben's in the lead, followed by it's a three-way tie between Manuch, Jimmy, and my dog Guinness. I'm then in fourth place with Gross, Barney, Jack's always in the cellar, Darren, and Bauer. Bauer's the worst.
Can I just say this? For all the Arizona fans who are listening, with 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in the game, Arizona had 55 points. When the game ended, Arizona had 55 points. They did not score in the final 4.5 minutes.
And got to give Princeton a lot of credit, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
They didn't score in the last 4 minutes of the first half as well, too.
Correct. Yes.
Hey, the Cardinals announced some deals yesterday. Nothing that will make this fan base excited, but why didn't they keep some of their top players like Zach Allen and Byron Murphy Jr.? We're going to catch up with Cardinals beat writer for SI. Used to be SI. Yeah. Now it's Go PHX. Howard Balzer. He'll fill us in next. It's Rock.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
A stunner in the NCAA tournament as Princeton closes the game on a 9-0 run, and they knock out Arizona 59-55. Arizona State draws TCU tomorrow. Sun Devil hockey player Josh Doan is foregoing his junior season to follow in the footsteps of his father Shane and turn pro with the Coyotes organization. They're in action tonight versus the Canucks. The Suns come into tonight's game against the Magic on a 3-game losing streak and a half-game lead on the Clippers for fourth in the West. Diamondbacks reliever Mark Melancon headed to the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
For tonight, look for mostly cloudy skies, temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. And then for your Tuesday, partly sunny skies with temperatures getting up to about 73 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by NewACUnit.com.
Why are NewACUnit.com's prices 50% less than other AC companies? We destroy the competition with our national buying power, and we cut out the middleman at NewACUnit.com.
Save thousands, save time, buy online, NewACUnit.com.
Spend championship weekend in Houston on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. To enter, visit the Casino Arizona Instagram page at Casino Arizona and look for the post announcing the giveaway. Like the post, comment with your pick to win it all, and you're registered. That's at Casino Arizona on Instagram.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at WrightToyota.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. # Sexy Roof Status. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Golfers, swing by Van's Golf Shops for the multi-vendor demo event happening this Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Valley Golf Center in Avondale. This big 2-day event is your chance to demo the hottest new products and get custom fit by the manufacturers. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and book your custom fitting. Happening March 17th and 18th at Van's Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids,
but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus next.
Gosh darn it, Rock! Will you stop trolling the president?
B vitamins.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing.
He's already trolling Biden.
To get the State Farm personal price plan. Just
Biden picked U of A to win the championship, and Rock said, "How'd that work out for you already?"
State option selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
During Staples Teacherpalooza, teachers save big, or you save. Save 25% on classroom decor and up to 40% on brands like Post-it, Papermate, and Elmer.
Listen, Rock, I agree with you, but what do you want me to do about it?
Supplies last. Help your favorite teachers stock their classroom at Staples.
The madness continues. Now back to
Employment is down from the coronavirus.
From Twin Peaks, courtesy of Dos Equis. It's not too late to win yourself a Twin Peaks medal.
I don't like the guy either, but let's be honest here.
Facts are facts.
All right, here we go before people cancel us.
Every round, here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
By the way, if you didn't hear, Arizona fell to Princeton, a 15th seed. They were a second seed. They just lost. By the way, the President of the United States said Arizona win it all. He can't seem to get anything right. Man, just do it. Anyway, Howard Balzer joins us now. Talk about this Cardinal team that aren't doing much either.
The former president didn't even do a bracket. He was chicken.
I don't know about that. He can buy a team if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Howard, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? Who do you have winning it all?
I didn't even do it. I just don't have any brain power at this time of the year. And I know Rock asked me, sent me a text asking me to do a favor and fill out a bracket. I didn't even see the text until the damn tournament had started this morning. So I haven't done it for years because like I said, I just, I guess I could just go through it and do what a lot of people do and just, throw darts, which you probably have just as good a chance of doing well as anything.
Sure do.
But it was funny. Yeah, it was funny because I'm watching a little bit of that Princeton-Arizona game, and my wife says, "What's going on here?" And I said, "The one thing that you can mark almost every year is someone from the Ivy League in the first round will give a team problems. It always seems to happen. They don't often win, but sometimes they do." And sure enough, here we have this crazy result.
Howard, all the years you've been, covering the Arizona Cardinals and the St. Louis Cardinals, Phoenix Cardinals, just the Cardinals in general, both states, you can't be that busy. I mean, they're not doing anything in free agency.
They have a damn come on. They signed 8 players. They signed 8 players. Come on.
Did you know any of them?
Of course, I know them, but that doesn't mean fans do.
Yeah.
But but here's the thing about it. I'm having a hard time deciding. Maybe you guys should put a poll on do a poll question on the station. What's your opinion of where the Cardinals are shopping for players? Is it Walmart? Is it Costco, or is it the dollar store?
Dollar store.
Yeah. But listen, you get the blue light special at Walmart.
That's Kmart.
That's Kmart.
But they transferred that to Walmart.
No,
they shut them all down.
No, they didn't.
Aisle 15.
And here's the thing about it. The 8 players. Now, I only have the details so far on 4 of the 8 contracts and all the specifics, but nobody has signed more than a 2-year contract. And the 4 players that I have the details on, Kelvin Beachum, Matt Prater, Kaiser White, and of course the infamous Hajalte Froholt, or however he pronounces his name. Those 4 guys, the total value of their contract is just a little over $27 million with $15.4 guaranteed. That's it. Total for 4 players. And then you look at the Denver Broncos. You think that this might have had anything to do with Sean Payton deciding to go to the Broncos?
Sure.
They've signed 7 players, and 3 of them, Zach Allen, and 2 offensive linemen, which of course we know the Cardinals don't need, Ben Powers and Mike McGlinchey. Those 3 players alone have received $94.5 million of guaranteed money. Now, I am one who always cautions about free agency. I mean, it's a lot of times it's not the end all and be all, but it's not going to be much all of anything when you're spending you're just doing you're shopping at the in the discount bin for these guys, and that seems to be their approach this offseason. And we'll see what kind of roster this looks like when the dust settles and they have the draft and they start doing their OTAs and mini camp at the end of May.
Well, and I'm just curious as far on your website at hbalzer721 at your Twitter site, Howard. I see some of the breakdown and some of the picks that they're getting for some of these signings. So some of the guys getting away, but I was always under the impression that you keep, if you're going to rebuild, whatever, you got to have some of your foundation to stick around. And when you lose a Zach Allen and Byron Murphy Jr., some of the other guys, it's like you're I don't know, sledgehammering your cement away as part of your foundation and eliminating that.
No, it's a tremendous point. And that, especially, and I know these guys weren't drafted by in this regime, but they're still good players. And that's the idea, is to draft guys, especially a guy like Murphy 2nd round, Allen 3rd round, and they play well enough to earn a good second contract when they're still young, and to let them go away. All you've done now, we knew all along that this team had a lot of holes to fill in the offseason. Well, now you've created 2 other holes. I mean, the only cornerbacks that they have under contract now are Marco Wilson and I believe Christian Matthew. There might be another borderline guy there, that they have, and a defensive line. They've got Lecky Fotu and Rashard Lawrence, who can never stay healthy, and then a bunch of backup type guys. So they've got a lot of numbers. I mean, right now my numbers have them at 56 signed players. Well, that means they need another 34 to fill out your 90 player off-season roster. And what are those other, and obviously the draft is going to come in there. There'll be some undrafted free agents. But, I mean, if you're going to build this roster that you want, to me, you can't just kiss away this year and say, well, okay, we'll just sign this guy and that guy. You've got to bring some quality here. And, we'll see how it plays out from here. But and then the Byron Murphy deal, everyone looked at it at the initial reports, which were totally wrong, and said, well, $11 million a year. I mean, there were people predicting he was going to get $16 million a year, and I thought they were on another planet. It turned out he got a little bit under $9 million a year. The $22 million reported was wrong, and the guaranteed money that was reported includes a pretty big chunk next year that will only become guaranteed if he's on their roster. So the Vikings can get out of that if they want after 1 year and paying out $8.1 million. So you don't think that Byron Murphy is worth $8 million
Right.
On something like that, and see where he is, a guy who's from Arizona? I mean, come on. To me, you've got to show that you're in this to win it. They say that, but then there's moves made that kind of are just borderline guys that they're bringing in.
Yeah, Howard, I'm seeing some of the backup quarterbacks get signed. I could see Jacoby Brissett, who I thought was a natural to come in. He's going to get $8.5 million with the Commanders. Maybe a little rich for the Cardinals, but you see Gardner Minshew going to the Colts for $3.5 million. So you're going to tell me as the Cardinals, if you don't get some of these guys that are remaining out there for $3 to $4 million to be a backup or battle with Colt McCoy, and leave the other 2 guys in there and not go get an established backup and pay the 3 to 4. They're going to go in there bare ass naked with just Colt McCoy and whomever.
Yeah, I think we all expected
2 minutes.
Somebody that they would bring in, and there are some other guys out there. Teddy Bridgewater is still out there. Marcus Mariota. So there's still some other guys that you can bring in. But the flip side of that, and like Jacoby Brissett, for example, he's going to a Washington situation where they don't have a starter.
Right.
So he's looking at that and saying, hey, I can come in there and, I play well enough. I can remain, the starter perhaps, behind this season. But here you have a situation, new coach, new everything, and you're basically just playing, if you end up playing, until Kyler Murray gets healthy. So that's, for some guys, that's not a place, that they want to be. And the Gardner Minshew, I mean, he's looking at it and saying the Colts don't even have a quarterback right now. Right. So he's looking at this and saying, hey, maybe at least I can come in and compete if they draft somebody, whatever it is. At least I can compete the starting job. You're really not doing that here. You're only competing for it on a short-term basis, which, of course, we don't know what it is.
1 minute.
There are some things that are kind of working against them a little bit, but to me, you still got to get out there and show that you're serious. And I think that, some of what they're doing is, the crazy thing is, Kelvin Beachum was the first shoe to drop, and they got him for a very reasonable number. He's not even making that much more money than that Froholt got. Froholt got a contract that isn't far under Beachum. And here's Beachum, who's a longtime player, a leader in the locker room, only guy on offense to start all 17 games last year. And to me, if I'm Beachum and I see what they're doing with these other guys, especially this backup, offensive lineman, who knows? Maybe he'll compete for the job at center or guard. But if I'm Beachum, I'm looking at that and saying that's a little insulting. So I don't know. We'll see where this is going. But the opening days of this market aren't too promising.
So is there anything you can tell this Cardinals fan base that's positive at this point? Or just wait and see?
Football team, yeah, they'll have 53 guys on the roster when the season opens, but what that's going to look like, I don't know. I know there are some fans who are of the mind that they realize it's probably not going to be very good this year, but I'll tell you something, guys. I think I've said this before. I have this term called collective amnesia. Everybody will be saying, yeah, we realize they're not going to be good this year. It's kind of a throwaway year. Who knows when Murray's going to be ready? They start losing games, everyone's going to forget they felt that way.
Yeah.
They're going to be going, hey, what have we got here? Yeah. And they'll start saying, oh, maybe Monty Austin Ford isn't what Bidwell believed. Maybe Jonathan Gannon isn't the answer. And they've got all and a lot of young coaches who are going to be coaching a lot of these young players, and a lot of them with not a whole lot of NFL experience. So it's I would think for a fan, it's difficult to have some hope. What the heck? You guys have probably talked about it already. There's already fans that are saying, hey, tank the season and get the number 1 overall pick next year, and then get a ransom in terms of draft picks like the Bears got with the number 1 pick, for somebody that wants Caleb Williams. So fans are already talking about that, and we're only in the middle of March.
Jeez.
So that's how crazy it is.
Howard, we always enjoy it, buddy. Thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Have a great week.
All right, you too. Take care. Go phnx.com. I have a lot of this, up there in a story that posted today. Thanks.
That's
always
right.
Enjoy coming on.
Go phnx.com. You can follow him on Twitter at hbalzer721. He's got a nice story on the dollar store. Speaking of the dollar store, if you are trying to buy a jersey for your kid, who do you buy it? Who do you buy? Kyler Murray? Who's worth buying a jersey for?
You'll probably still buy Larry Fitzgerald.
It's got an active player.
I get it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Buddha. I think that's the only one.
Yeah. You don't know if D Hop's coming back or not.
No, he's gone.
You don't know if he's got that. Then that needs something there needs to happen here pretty soon as well too. If you
and Michael Bidwell is going to start hearing this because I have a lot of friends that have season tickets that are trying to get out of their season tickets. They don't want to renew them.
Wow. I don't blame them.
Wow. They're like, this is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're going to bring back. You're not going to like it, cats, but Ben put together something pretty cool as an Arizona State guy for you Wildcat fans after you just lost to Princeton. That will be our Learner Row 1 call. That's next. That's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Odd Couple. I check with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Considered that to bring back Derek Carr, it would have been $40+ million, and to bring in Jimmy G, it's a little over half of that, and you got money to go out and improve your team. Let's face it, Josh McDaniels needs to win. If he doesn't win this year, he's probably done.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker today at 4. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Freeways are busy. West Side Loop 101 northbound. This is near Northern Avenue. There is an accident that's sitting off to the right. Also a crash. Loop 101 westbound near 7th Avenue. That accident also off right. And we have an incident 75th Avenue at Thomas. That's a check of the roadways.
This report is sponsored by Maricopa Community Colleges.
Maricopa Community College's new bachelor's degrees mean you can start your degree with us and finish it here too. And our low tuition can save you thousands of dollars. For information on available degrees and participating colleges, visit maricopa.edu/bachelors. It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com, or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Imagine air travel that's simple and hassle-free. That's Surf Air. Save hours on every trip. Fly on your own schedule. Avoid crowded terminals and never stand in another line again. As a Surf Air member, you're in control of your travel day. Surfair.com. Stress-free, easy air travel. Get a free quote on your next flight at surfair.com. There's a better way to fly. Surfair.com.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun.
I'll come back with the Leonard and Bro one call sound, and then I'll go right to it.
10 or 15 minutes, and soon you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It's the Learner and Roll. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Your team that will oversee the higher seeded team. It almost ended up being like a road game.
Martini missed a 3, but now Peters has got an open look.
You heard it. You called it, partner. You said if you get another bucket, it's going to...
Off the window to the lead. Lambo.
Guys are hot.
Princeton in front.
Arizona goes down to Princeton 59-55. And that marks only the 11th time since 1985 when the tournament expanded to the current 64-team format that a number 15 seed has beaten a number 2 team. So it's happened only 11 times. And Arizona, it's happened to twice.
St. Peter's last year. Unbelievable. So it's...
And Oral Robertson against Ohio State.
Yeah. When's the last time you ever... Did you ever even heard the Princeton fight song ever? Ever?
No, I've never heard.
When I was at Penn, I heard a lot.
Did you hear?
Oh, yeah, that was our rival.
Yeah. Oh, was it really?
Yeah. Penn and Princeton, that's the rivalry.
Yeah.
Fierce Ivy League rival that it is.
One year I was there. Took the one class that I passed.
Hello,
Psychology
University
and motivation.
But it's on your resume, Rock.
It's right. I know. I'm an Ivy Leaguer. That's when Rick Oro calls me. He's a Harvard guy. I'm like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's Arkansas just beat Illinois by 10. So I think a lot of people's brackets are done. I think we saw earlier 0.12% is still left in the ESPN $13 million bracket or 13 million.
Auburn and Iowa have just started.
Yeah, heads up with that one. Here, State 48 Roofing, it's your call question today. What will you need to see from the Suns in tonight's game versus Orlando? Is it more fourth quarter production, Ayton active down low, improved bench play, or campaign staying hot? Just go to Roc and Manuch on our Twitter page. Certainly, Ayton active down low, 42.9%. Improved bench play, which must be at 42.9%. And then third, more fourth quarter production, 14.3%. I thought it'd be a little bit higher, that fourth quarter production. They got to step up. And then campaign.
I didn't know he was hot. What game?
He scored 13. Yeah, his first time in like 3 games he came in and
that's not hot.
So one game he said 13, but he shot 9 before that, 5 before that, 8 before that, 6 before that.
We'll take it.
Staying hot in a loss.
We'll take it, man. He's got to come.
17 minutes.
He's got to get his game back up. But the folks have.
Oh, you homers are so bad.
Hey, I want campaign to get hot, stay hot.
But he's not. He's not hot yet. He's not that. He's not a hot player.
He scored 13 points off the bench. It's only the beginning, Rock. Let's go, man.
There's nobody else left on that bench. He should score 13. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll be out to Twin Peaks in Scottsdale starting at 1 o'clock. We'll be there a lot earlier watching the games. So come on out and join us. Thanks to our friends at Dos Equis.
10.
And again, only one more day